Yeah, so after that, De Beers made crazy, crazy money off
That makes
diamonds.
sense.
They pretty much run the whole diamond world, or at least
Yeah.
they did for a long time.
Diamonds are kind of, I don't know. It's like every one of them is kind of a blood trail, you know? It's sort of.
It always has.
Oh, are we live? Nice. All right.
We're currently live. I'm
We
just
are live. Hell yeah. Only we're 8 minutes late. That's not so bad. But you know how these things spiral out of control, and that's what I was trying to avoid by rushing you. There we are.
You were Russian.
Um,
You were being a real Russian.
yeah. What? What should we talk about? I haven't got a clue. You know, without you being here all the time, I have no idea what to talk about on these kinds of things.
Mr. Poopy Butthole.
I don't want to talk about that. Hang on.
No?
Watch our show. I'm editing I shared it on my page and I'm editing it. You know, we're still getting set up just a little bit here, guys. Maybe just a little. So bear with me. Bear with
Yeah,
us.
so we went and had to get food and then waited. It's Italian restaurant, so Italian restaurants they're very much like
They work on their own timeline.
yeah, that's how
You
all of
cannot
Italy
rush
is.
them.
So
It's good though. It's very good.
no, it was great. Yes, I'm saturated now.
Saturated.
Saturated. So we had two pizzas, a pizza to myself, pizza to him. I had two beers. He had a beer, and then we had the Nutella pizza.
The Nutella pizza. That thing was amazing. That was amazing.
So what are we doing with this little thing?
Hang on.
What is this about?
Why
Why is it so little?
It's because it's deadly. It's deadly as fuck.
Is it?
Yeah, it's brown ale. It's 15.6%.
Ooh.
I wanted to hurt you. I saw it and. But yeah, Hoppin' Frog.
This is Hoppin' Frog.
Repeat.
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 Happy 40th anniversary. It's an American Imperial Brown Ale, 15.6%. And what is the ABV on this?
15.6%.
15.6. And this is out of Akron,
Akron, Ohio.
Ohio. Akron.
Akron? Akron? I don't know.
Aaron.
First cheers of the night. Don't dare sip it, motherfucker.
I'm not. I was sniffing.
Don't.
Prost. Be careful. It's filled
Prost.
high.
Here we go.
I want you to jump in and do your Jakey bit.
I normally just.
Where Jake is just like blow, and I've got like thousands of dollars of equipment.
And just covered in beer. And you're looking around like, is my laptop covered in beer? Is my computer covered in beer? Thank God it's not. Sky! What's going on, man?
Skib Ernsey.
Oh, shit. I gotta pull up your video here.
So Alicia and I are planning probably next Wednesday a baby trip
Baby
to
trip.
Tallahassee.
Oh,
There's
wait,
something that she wanted.
I know what that means. Baby trip. It means like you're going to use some sort of like machine to turn yourself back into babies when you get to Tallahassee.
Close.
You know, and then you'll be like really tiny little children, and they'll be really annoying.
Close. No, it's just
like it's temporary. It wears
so
off,
she.
I don't know.
It's going to be on a Wednesday, and she only has off like. She gets off at like 5:30, so we'd be leaving kind of late. It's literally long enough to go into town, maybe eat food, pop into a beer place and grab some beer, and then head back.
Nice.
What's up? Boogie to one. G Boogie to one.
G boogie to one.
G Boogie to one.
G boogie to one.
It rolls off your tongue pretty well.
Yeah,
G Boogie to one.
G boogie to one.
What's going on? We are drinking
Yeah.
Hoppin' Frog, repeat, and it is American Imperial Brown Ale at 15.6%.
It's actually.
So I was like, why is this can
really,
so
really,
tiny?
really tasty.
It's so tiny.
Yeah, it's actually really, really tasty, isn't it?
It is good. It's a bit much.
It's boozy as fuck, but
it is very boozy.
It ain't like.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's not
Boozy as fuck.
Well, it's boozy, but
it's
it
got a
doesn't.
sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's not. There's nothing about the flavor that's off-putting. I mean, you taste the alcohol, but I actually really, really like this. And
Have you had it before?
No, I haven't had it before. And I haven't had any of the beers we've got.
You're circling on. So that's one of the perks or one of the pluses of this job, or this show, is that every episode is a brand new beer we've never had before.
That's true. We must be in the thousands by now.
I don't think so.
I think so.
What's up, Mama Sharon?
Maybe not just on the show. Mama Sharon.
So we're not quite drinking whiskey, but it is 15.5% beer.
Right. I mean, I don't know.
15.6%.
I really like it. I haven't had any of the other beers on tonight, but I'm guessing just from this that they're going to kind of have a hard time winning me over after this. You know.
Well, this is one of those that you can drink one. You drink one can, and you're probably going to be sitting all right.
Yeah, I thought about buying 2 of those just because they're small. They're like $4. Honestly, I might go back and get a few of those.
You're balling on a budget with that. This is like almost like buying Boone's Farm or something. Like not as far as quality, but like the fact that you can buy one.
It's really tasty. That'd be a fun one to just have around and break out every now and then. You have people over.
This is like Hobo. Like if Hobo had good taste in beer.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're making it sound unappetizing when you call it.
Well, I mean, you're looking
beer.
at it's 15.6%, and they have the choice between this or they'd probably get a Natty Daddy or like one of the high gravity still reserves.
You know.
We should go out there and interview bums.
Listen, Brandon. We can, and you've been denying me this for as long as we've had the show. But I've been telling you I would love to have a bum beer night, where we drink all of the bum beers.
We have. Alan did that.
Alan
was getting us some
Alan
bum
did
beers.
that to us.
And apparently Todd, my friend Todd, was he's a good friend of Alan's. He's a friend of mine as well. And Todd had been buying some of those beers.
But that was not the point of those. We still had ordinary beers. I want us to like sit there with a bottle of Thunderbird and a Four Loko.
I still think that the Ninja Fruit night was one of the best.
And like a couple of that was a good one.
You were like, I don't want to do this, and then after you did your first chop, you were like, I could see that you were like, I fucking love this. Kind of like the first time the axe landed in the wood when we did that axe throwing episode.
Yeah.
The axe hit the wood, and you were like, ooh.
Yeah.
The jeans got a little.
That's I was.
Y'all find a house yet? No, we're still. We're
looking.
We're getting there. We're getting very close.
We're getting it figured out.
We're working on the finance side. So we have our money. We're waiting on like lenders and to process. If only we can find an Animal Crossing house like you have.
They have an Animal Crossing house. Oh, that's right, because they have all the fruit.
Yeah, they have all the fruit you can think of in the bag.
I heard that Ology's distillery is making a gin out of some of Ty's oranges, or Sky's oranges, and that's exciting.
What would they call it? I'm hoping they throw Sky's name in there somewhere.
That would be cool. Yeah. Sky told me that on Instagram, and I was like, oh shit, that sounds awesome.
Are y'all coming down to Tallahassee this Wednesday or next week? This Wednesday, as far as I know, and it's just enough for us.
On St. Patrick's Day.
Is it St. Patrick's Day?
That's St. Patrick's Day.
So, the best of my knowledge, it should be this Wednesday. And we're literally like, after she gets off work, we might be leaving town at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. So we're going to be getting into Tallahassee kind of late, long enough for us to get food.
Rocket Mortgage? We'll look into them. Thank you. Sorry, not to interrupt.
Long enough for us to get food, to go to possibly a packaging store, maybe that one you showed us, one of the two you showed us, and kick rocks back to Albany.
Yeah.
It's about an hour and a half.
I can't believe you're going to visit Sky without me.
I mean, you haven't really been down much.
You didn't even invite me. You didn't even tell me.
You can't take off on a Wednesday.
What the hell? I know I can't. I'm just kidding.
You came. When was the last time you came?
I'm just giving you a hard time. There was no way I could have gone. Last time I was in town was Christmas. So I don't come down often.
I've been here more times since you moved here than you have, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I've been here twice on my own.
Yeah, I think you've been up 3 times.
Leah.
Yeah, Leah's coming next weekend. That's exciting.
Don't know how much she'll be able to actually hang out. She's with the crew.
Yeah.
Says lit. We can hit the beer shop and new Ology location. Yeah,
sweet.
I'm down.
I am eventually gonna go down to Tally.
I gave him the String Joy hat and the strings.
He messaged me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad this finally made it down to you, Sky.
So yeah, this is getting back to this. This is good.
Damn good.
but it is really boozy. So it's not boozy in the fact like some of the beers that Sky's given us in the past.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like motor oil stout. They're like 12 to 15%. Those are hard to drink.
This is really one of well, the thing is with stouts that get way up there, like, you know, my problem with like the Orpheus stouts. Have we had many of the Orpheus stouts on the show?
We did the Ology ones are the ones that he was getting us that are like motor oil.
They're similar, and but the Orpheus stouts, which are they don't really sell them much outside the brewery, but they're all like 15%, and they're all aged like in whiskey barrels and also rum barrels or something. It's over the top, and they all have like chocolate, vanilla, and
so I think Orpheus. I just think of sours.
Right, but they do a lot of stouts as well. They
do boozy stouts.
Yeah, and they're hard to drink because they're like 15%, and you know, and they're over the top. You know, they just have a lot going on. To me, this is more simple. It's you know, it clearly tastes like a brown ale, but it kind of has that sort of that clean flavor you get from a Belgian. You know what I mean? Can you taste that?
Yeah.
You know, like it has sort of the. I don't know.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could only have one of these.
I mean, I could definitely see myself drinking one of these. You know, after work or something. That's.
You drink it straight out of the can?
No, I'd pour it in a glass. You know,
a classy man.
Yeah, you know, pour it in a glass, sip it slowly. It's more of a sipper than one that you can just drink.
You're more of a sipper.
You don't want. Hey.
What?
What?
Good beer, yeah. Cheers. It's your glasses, man. Fuck them up all you want.
Yeah, I've always wanted the cheers hard enough that it just smashes the glass into a million pieces. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that lasts a little bit.
Pretty good.
Hand that to you. Put that in a chair over there, and we can work into our next beer.
Yes.
So while I've been here in Nashville. We've just eaten a lot.
Hung out with some good people.
Hung out with some good people. I don't think we went to any breweries, right? So no breweries. We just hung out, ate food. That's about it, right? Hung out with people and ate food.
Hung out with people
and
ate
ate food.
We went on a hike. We went on a hike, yeah. Hike was good.
Yeah, we did Burgess Falls. Hey, thanks.
Yeah. This is the breakfast in bed wheat sour. Wheat sour?
Was this out of the 4-pack I got?
No.
Or is this one of the singles?
One of the singles.
All right, before I get into
Matt,
it.
what's going on, dude? Yeah, Nashville does actually have... Nashville has... is less of a beer city than anywhere else I've lived, actually. That's one of my favorite things about it, really. I've really gotten into cocktails.
I'm telling who this is. Somebody could be calling and talk shit.
Let's see.
Hello?
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 Who can this be?
You have our number. What you mean? Who this?
I've always had your number, dude.
It says restricted, so I don't know.
It's very familiar.
Yeah, I did that on purpose, just to see if you could recognize who this is.
It sounds familiar, to be honest.
Familiar. Very familiar. Hang on.
Do you know both of us?
I don't know if I know him, but I know you.
Sounds kind of
Mr. Smith.
Sounds kind of like Robert.
No, not Robert.
I know Robert. Or a Robert.
I don't know, man. You might have to help me out a bit.
His name is not
I fixed your computer about 69 trillion times.
Oh, that's Cooper.
I don't know Cooper. Do I know Cooper?
It's Coop.
Well, what's up?
John?
I'm glad.
Not much, man. How about you?
Doing good, man.
Wait. Okay. I do know. We have met.
Yeah, you probably met him at Mello. Because you were a regular at Mello for a while.
Right, yeah. Well, I've met so many random people at Mello, just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mainly through you, Brandon.
I think everybody meets somebody random at Mello.
Right.
Yeah, Mello has that effect.
Good things about it.
Mello definitely has that effect. It's super easy to meet people there. So, what you getting into?
Not much, man. You know, just hiding out from the coof and,
The coof.
the usual.
What is a coof?
The coof.
COVID.
Ah, COVID.
Oh,
Right.
heard.
Yeah.
The
COVID's pretty
disease
scary.
of the earth.
COVID ain't no joke.
Yeah.
My grandma about died from it.
Ooh, shit.
So yeah, we are
Oh,
drinking.
man.
Currently, we're drinking a beer called Breakfast in Bed. It's a sour wheat ale.
Man, have you tried it yet, Brendan?
I have not. It's strawberry, maple syrup, cinnamon, milk, sugar, and vanilla, and it's from Weld Works Brewing. Not seeing where this is from.
The interesting thing is that it's
4.6.
It's a sour wheat ale, and it's
It says Weld
good.
County, California.
I don't even drink, but I would drink that.
You
Doesn't
probably
it sound great? I mean, it's like if you took a whole breakfast, like if you went to a Waffle House or something, or a Cracker Barrel, and you just get like pancakes and syrup, and and eggs and bacon, and just mix it in the blender.
Well, I remember you used to drink.
And,
you
Actually, that sounds really bad.
used to drink Grateful Dead's a lot, right?
That sounds bad.
Was that you?
Liquid Xanax.
Liquid Xanax.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't taste like alcohol, and yeah. And I got drunk in front of my dad one time by drinking two of them, and he got mad. So.
Yeah. The funny thing about getting drunk in front of my dad is, he didn't drink growing up, with us as a family. And so, cheers, Brandon. But after, moving away, and after him and my mom divorced, he started drinking again, a little bit. But now he's kind of like a party drinker. So every time I hang out with my dad, the first thing he does is pours shots of Fireball. I'm not kidding.
Your dad's become a frat boy.
Yeah, he really has. He's gone. He's the cycle is gone back.
He's like, "What the fuck up, Jake? You want to do a funnel?"
No. So seriously, last time, this was one weekend ago. I saw my dad in Gatlinburg, and we shotgunned a beer. We had shots of Goldschlager, and we did drink some whiskey, normal drinking whiskey.
Right.
But still, it was kind of.
Your dad's become a frat boy.
He really has.
He needs to just join up with one of the fraternities
and so Eli was there, and
do they
Eli
go on
was really
requisition panty raids or?
Oh yeah, we did one of those. It was a
Okay.
little weird. That's a weird thing to do with your dad. I gotta be honest.
Because he just goes, since he's so old, he just goes to senior. He goes to senior.
My dad, she's 65, man.
He
Come
goes
on.
to seniors' homes.
I was that's not cool. And yeah, it was pretty weird.
Wait, you did it at a senior's home?
That's where else do you go?
Yeah,
They can't chase after you.
that's true. That's true.
And worst case scenario, you can always use them as a parachute down.
pantaloons. Yeah,
Dear God.
yeah.
That was
Jesus
actually
Christ.
on a movie called Baron Munchausen, right? The one I
Oh,
told you about.
Right, pantaloons.
That was a good movie.
He tells the woman that he tells the women that he's going to need all of their underwear, and they're like, "What?" And then he makes a hot air balloon out of it and flies out of there.
No,
Yeah, but all those underwear were probably made out of silk.
Something like that. Yeah, back in the days.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, shit. What do you think of this beer, Brandon?
I dig it, man.
Pretty good, isn't it? I really like the.
The maple's definitely coming through pretty good in it.
Yeah, I'm tasting maple. I'm tasting other breakfasty elements. It's they're kind of all blended in there.
It's mostly the maple syrup that's kind of coming out.
Yeah, the maple and the wheat is what I'm tasting, mainly. It's got that bready wheat flavor. I don't know.
Well,
think
if
it's really
it
quite good.
didn't taste like wheat or barley, would it be a beer?
Well,
There's so many different kinds of beers,
it being a sour, it specifically being a wheat ale is kind of interesting, I think. Because, wheat ales are that's Blue Moon, Shock Top. Those are the common ones. But it's really weird to see, wheat as the base ingredient in something like a sour. Or uncommon, I should say. I'm sure it had them. But,
Yeah.
But,
So when does a beer become a mead?
Still technically kind of a beer.
Well, mead is kind of totally different. It's closer to wine. So
There's still some of the basic ingredients that go into it.
Yeah, but it's fermented honey essentially. I don't know. I don't really know anything about. I know that it's like closer to wine than it is to beer, and that another thing like sake, for example, people think of it as wine or closer to wine, but is in fact it's in fact closer to beer than it is to wine.
Right, and you have things like barley wine.
Yeah,
I gotta get some more
barley
local
wine, which is beer. Yeah, I mean it's all a little confusing. But yeah, I don't know. Shit. This is making me want to drink more.
Well, that's over here, man.
Matt, how have you been? Matt in our chat.
Matt Allen.
Yeah, I haven't heard from. There's like when you move away from a town, there's certain people that you just don't hear from them often. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
mead is honey wine compared to beer.
Right.
What are you referring to? Is a braggot.
Right. Yeah, honey beer. Yeah, braggot. Nice. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, we on the episode with what's his name? Austin. I think we had.
Oh, he makes mead.
Yeah, we had 2 meads and 3 barley wines.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good,
man. Yeah, I love the barley wine episodes because, I mean, for one thing, you usually end up getting pretty drunk on those ones. I remember the last barley episode I was on, 3/4 of us took off our shirts.
Oh yeah, that was with Austin again.
Yeah.
Austin.
Well, yeah, Colin. I mean, yeah, Austin and Colin, we have to have like.
Braggot is a cousin of mead and more similar to what you would imagine a mead to be in certain fantasy films and whatnot. Right. Yeah, true.
So, are you guys gonna post like a list of these delicious beverages so we can partake?
Well,
because I don't even remember what you're drinking.
Look on Brandon's Facebook, and he always posts a photo of all the beers.
Okay.
And usually we'll, I mean, if you ask us, we'll show it on the camera.
Yeah, for sure.
In fact, that bottle is.
We usually have like a beer cam, but we kind of like set up a little bit late on this one.
Okay.
And I don't really have the autofocus on this camera because it was driving me crazy. But it's kind of a funky looking can.
So Matt says he's been pretty busy, hasn't had much time to chat with many folks, but he's working on a charity that he started for picking barrels of whiskey and throwing events. That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. Gaster says, sorry to derail the convo. I just wanted to help a little on the confusion.
Oh, yeah. No, we appreciate it. In fact, I don't know that I've ever had a braggart. I know what they are. But
braggot? Yeah.
Braggot, yeah, braggart. How do you say it? Braggot?
I've always called it braggot.
I don't know. I don't know. Kind of a rare one. That's those style of. I don't know. I've never been much of a person for mead though, to be honest.
Sometimes they go a little too boozy on the mead, and it's
sometimes
it's a little.
Because they reach
much.
Like 20-30% sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit much.
And but like I feel like I want to drink it like beer, I guess.
Yeah, it's how you guys said it the second time. Which time?
I don't know.
I always call it a braggot.
I'm never sure because it's one of those words that you learn from like reading it and you see it spelled like 3 different ways and you just never really know. Because like I don't think I've ever been anywhere that actually like sells it.
We can find it in town. Mead works good as a replacement for dessert wine. It's something you want to sip on.
Isn't something you want to sip on? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Great for ending the meal with.
Right. Yeah.
How Beanie pronounced it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bumio, Jake, or you can say Brandon, Jake. Yeah. I'm a radio personality, so honestly, I'm so used to calling myself Bumio.
People can call me whatever they want. It doesn't have to be Jake.
Devil Dick Jake.
No, not that.
You said anything they want. They want to call you Devil Dick Jake.
That's all right. Fine, I'll take it. But
you still there, Coop?
Yeah, I'm here. Listening to you guys over the phone and then watching your stream, there's a lag about it, and it is actually blowing my mind.
Yeah, there's probably a 15 to 20 second lag.
It might be longer than that, because I didn't even know that you held up that can, and I'm like, What the hell is he holding up? Oh, yeah, he said something about a can.
Yeah. So she says, "Hey, hope you found a beer that paired well with the deer jerky." I ate all that deer jerky. I ate it all. I killed it all within. But by the next week, I saw you guys. I killed it all.
You know, when you move up here, we should make jerky. I know you've done it before, but I love jerky, and it's hard to find jerky that's not like way too sweet. You know what I mean?
Most of the time, they're just insanely salty.
Yeah.
Do they ethically euthanize the deer? You know, like literally run and jump on it and then bite it? You know, like another animal, and ethically euthanize it with their teeth?
No,
Wait,
usually they just kind of like just shoot them, a bunch of them, and then just carve their carcass into
a jerky?
and into the meat that they. It says when it comes to ancient beers and cocktails, I'm always willing to help, and even sometimes I partake in brewing on my own drinks and making my own cocktails. So yeah, so those funky one-offs, even like mead. So we've done. This show is
A little over a year old.
it's well over a year.
Well
I
over a
looked
year
at
old.
it. Yeah,
Year and a half. 2 years. Are we going on 2 years?
I think we're working
I think we're
on
going on 2 years.
So
yeah.
we've
Son of
had
bitch.
a shit ton of like
Been absent
sours
for
and
6
stouts
months
and
now.
ambers, just beers in general. We've probably only had a handful of
probably-
meads.
I mean, we
6 meads maybe total.
6 to a dozen, somewhere in there. I mean, I know we had probably 3 via Austin, and I
Oh,
know
yeah.
I remember having at least. I remember at least 3 of them. 3 that we brought. I remember there was one really good one that had like a butterscotch kind of thing going on. That was. But.
Do you guys do this on Twitch?
Twitch and Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Twitch and Facebook. You know, originally we started out wanting to do it mainly via Twitch, but we don't really have like the, you know, we don't have enough reach just on Twitch.
Yeah, most people who get on
watch
Twitch are
us
just
because they're our friends. A lot of them, you know.
Well, if
so-
you're looking for some reach and you're willing to spend a little small amount, not to me, but I know some people on Twitter who are really good with that, and like I spent $20 and they got me 3,000 organic real followers. I mean, these are real people, you know, not like bots or anything.
Man.
on what?
That was on Twitter, but they do Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, you name it. They'll bring followers to your stuff, especially, you know, if you're more specific about it, and you let them know what you do. Hence, you know, talk show with booze. I'm sure that you can find a lot of people who would be interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, but you can get followers that way.
Yeah.
I'm in the business for hand jobs. Do they offer a service for that as well?
Wait, what?
Probably, but those are more expensive, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, $20 is my
Well,
price
this whole
range,
show,
man.
this whole show is a front for a hand job delivery service. I'm not really supposed to talk about it.
Grip Ninjas.
Grip Ninjas.
Wait a minute. Who
that's
gives the hand jobs, though? That's the problem.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, I don't know. I'm not really sure how it started, but we realized what we were doing was unethical and illegal, and so we were like, you know, what's not unethical and illegal? Drinking beer on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this beer we're drinking now is called Edmund's Oast Brewing, or the brewery is. It's a sour cherry pineapple.
Let's start.
It's an American sour ale brewed with cherry and pineapple. Yeah. There's a guy who's making these beers from ancient histories. I believe you should take
Avery
a
Brewing?
peek on what
I
they
mean, you
make.
see,
I believe the
them
brewery's
guns
called.
on Brandon? That's how he got it.
Dogfish
Hand jobs.
Head has done a couple.
Yeah, Dogfish
of-
Head did
of,
the Midas Touch. They did the whole
They've done
ancient
a
brews.
couple of ancient recipes, so-called ancient recipes, and that, you know.
So what were you saying, Coop?
I said your guns, you know, they're on you. You got that with doing hand jobs all the time.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the only way.
Yeah.
My legs are completely emaciated. They're just
Right.
tiny little.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
from Charleston, South Carolina. Edmund's Oast Brewery.
Oh yeah, Matt, that's the one. Yeah, Midas Touch.
Yeah, Midas Touch is good.
I don't remember my opinion of that one. I thought it was. I don't remember.
I drank it. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, so I remember. I remember like the top like 5% of beers that I drink, or I'll usually remember. Ooh, that's really good. And then like the bottom like 20%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's in that bottom 20%, I'm like, okay, that's not. I don't want that again. You know what I mean?
It's good.
Yeah, it's harder than our last one, but
yeah, it's not quite as tart and vinegary as the lemonade.
Lemonade one was in that bottom 20%. However, I will say, a month or two ago when we had it the first time, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I remember it as being pretty good. So that's just a great example of how stuff like that doesn't age well.
It's akin to barley wine brewed with saffron and honey.
Oh yeah, right. Well,
dude, when I went to Morocco, they were trying to sell me so much saffron. I was like, dude, get the fuck out of my face with all this saffron. They're like, oh, buddy, here you go. And they're like trying to hand me saffron. They're trying to sell me saffron and lipstick.
It's probably not even saffron. It's like.
I mean, it looked pretty legit.
Yeah,
they can get it there and they can sell it cheap.
Right.
It's expensive there, but compared to world prices, it's cheap.
True.
I mean, they'll sell you doobies and saffron in the same purchase. Should have mailed it to me.
So,
can you smoke
other
saffron?
than talking about booze,
No.
do you guys talk about anything else?
Whatever comes to mind. I mean,
saffron is cheap over there. They were trying to sell me so much fucking saffron and weed.
Well,
saffron and weed in Morocco.
Honestly, I mean, the way you described it, Matt, makes it sound really good. The barley wine, saffron, and honey.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
Gaster says, "What are your guys' opinions on breakfast beers like oatmeal stout or some shit?"
I do like breakfast beers. So, if I had to pick a breakfast beer, I think I am kind of a stout person, but one of my breakfast beer stories is when I went to Berlin, I got there. I arrived at like 6 a.m. and I stopped at this bratwurst place. It's called Curry 96. And it's like the real big like wurst chain in Germany, and they have like a breakfast combo, basically, where it's like before 8 or 9 a.m. you can add a liter of Hefeweizen to your meal for only €2.
Yes.
And I'm like, of course. And so I'm just walking around drinking a liter of beer at like 7 a.m, and it was perfect. And
they're all speaking German to you because they think you're German because they're like, nobody else is going to do do this. It's just you're obviously German.
It probably singled me out as a tourist, actually. But yeah. Anyway, Hefeweizens are actually breakfast beers. That's
Germany for you.
Yeah. Good place. It's. Yeah, I don't know.
I like beer, and it's a good place for a purist beer.
Right. I love countries with a beer culture, but to be honest, I really feel like America does have the best craft beer.
Yeah, I mean, someplace like Germany, they've got such strict regulations on beer that their craft beer is not really a thing.
And craft beer feels unevolved in a lot of countries, I've found.
Well, a lot of them they're trying to stay to tradition. When you go to some place like the Czech Republic, they're like really focusing on these old Czech beers and this old style.
And of course they do it better than anybody else in the world.
Or you look at like the Belgian, like the Trappist style.
Yeah, and which is, I mean, seriously, that's like way up there for like some of my favorite beers.
I tried brewing my own beer one time. It didn't work out well, or didn't go well.
Yeah, it can be hard.
I guess it depends. There's certain beers that are much easier.
I've been like vaguely curious about it, but the the startup cost is high if you want to do anything that's not extract,
You're just buying the setup.
Yeah, well,
it was borderlining on moonshine, basically. Yeah, it was super boozy.
Yeah. You know, Brandon's worked at a brewery for a really long time. Most of us that are in the chat know that. But
Yeah, I've been there for a little over 3 years now, which is not a long time. It's still a very, very new brewery
I thought you were
as
there
far
for
as
like 30-something years.
close, just minus,
Like
27.
30, 20. Oh, okay. Right. That makes sense.
And I still haven't gone over there yet.
Really?
You're not much of a beer guy, but chances are,
It's a pretty good spot.
no matter what kind of booze you like drinking, I could probably find something that you'll like. Now, we have had people on our show before. We had a bow builder who, he's a rum drinker. He does not like beer. So
Didn't like it.
most of it, he was like, this is shit.
Yeah, it
And
was
then
kinda
we had
funny. It was pretty funny.
We had a blacksmith on the show, and he
Oh,
doesn't
man.
like beer at all.
And that was not to call anybody out, but that was like
We love those guys.
oh yeah, it was great. And one of the fun things about the show is when we interview somebody, which we try and do pretty much every week, but like when Brandon's visiting me in Nashville, and until he's moved up here, when he visits me, it's likely just to be the two of us. But yeah, so like it's fun to have like that element of random, and that you have no idea who you're interviewing. You have you know of them kind of, but you don't know them too well. You don't know how they're going to be after 4 or 5 drinks.
Yeah.
You know, it can really derail quickly, and
Big Jim stayed pretty stoked the whole time.
oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, this guy, I think he
And it was the
he
opposite
might have
for-
given us more than a 3-word answer to
Yeah.
something like once.
Says,
And yeah, it was the opposite.
meh,
with Blacksmith.
rum. There isn't much good rum these days. Too many sugar bombs. I think we bought them Richland.
Yeah, Richland rum is my favorite that I've found. But as far as rum goes, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Sugar bombs.
I don't really think of rum, and I think you're right, Matt. It is kind of a sugar bomb, and like I don't think of it as like a drink that you can like sip on its own, really. And really, you should, because rum used to be like that. But I think of it as a cocktail mixer today.
Something you would mix with.
Oh, right, something that how like I mean
Cat
I don't know
Coke,
many
something
people
like
that.
that.
Sit around and drink vodka by itself, unless it's a shot. I mean, most of them mix it into some kind of cocktail.
Yeah, which is
rum
something different for Scotch and whiskey.
Right, yeah, and yes, good bourbon, good Scotch,
yeah.
Something like that rarely finds itself in a cocktail.
Unless you were in South Georgia.
That's true. I'm honestly,
Can I get a Jack and Coke? Can I get a Jim Beam and Coke? That's because the Vonks at Richland
yeah, and
used new, freshly cured American white bourbon.
yeah, and they I think one of the big things is that they're actually using sugarcane, which was the old-fashioned way, instead of molasses, because today rum
add
distilleries
sugar.
just buy they buy molasses.
So what do you
just
think
as a
of
byproduct from the sugar industry?
Matt? What do you think about Richland as a whole? Richland rum. You still hanging out, Coop?
Them's tasty.
Yeah,
We
I'm
boring
probably
you?
going to switch over to text chat, because I'm not an alcohol drinker, so I don't have a lot to say about this. But this is actually making me think about a DIY beer cooler using Pelter units.
Yeah, you can work it out. And I'm sure there's some kind of beer you might like. You might be a sour guy. You might like sour beers. I know I do.
Actually, I like sour stuff because whenever I have these heart palpitation panic attacks, if I drink or eat something sour, it stops it.
So yeah, we'll hook you up with some sour beer.
Well, yeah, I'm glad.
Come
I'm
to
glad you
Pretoria
dropped in.
sometime, and I'll hook you up with different sour beer we have.
Yeah, just let me know whenever you come back, I guess.
Yeah, I'll probably be working sometime this weekend.
Well, actually, are you going to be at Mellow? I thought you moved to. I know you're at the brewery, that place.
So I've been at Pretoria for 3 years now. I've been Mellow at 9. I'm still working at Mellow. I just pick up shifts when I feel like I need a little extra money.
Okay. Well, you can hit me up, let me know, and I'll come and dine with you when you're up there.
Yeah. Someone at Pretoria?
Well, no, at Mellow. I don't know about Pretoria. I don't even know if they got a place you can actually go in. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, you can go into Pretoria. It's a pretty chill place.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always liked it there. I miss our box sport.
Yeah, you can go there and you can drink beer. We don't have food, but you can bring in whatever food you want. So if you want to order something outside of Pretoria, if you want to bring in a pizza from Pizza Hut, we don't give a shit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I got to talk my fiance into drinking again because she refuses.
Well, we
now.
got Cokes too. You don't have to drink there. Kids can even come in there, so it's not like just a bar.
What you could do is, like, you know, if you guys are like sitting down having dinner, you can just add like just a little bit of like vodka into whatever she's drinking.
Slowly make her an alcoholic.
Yeah, slowly, and then like warm her up to it like that.
Kind of like poisoning somebody over a
Well,
long
no, I mean,
period.
It sounds.
It's not-
It does sound. It does definitely sound like drugging somebody.
It's not that she hates alcohol or anything. I mean, she used to drink Golden Grain straight, but she had an issue and had to have surgery, and now she's afraid that it might cause her problems.
Oh, I see.
Gotcha.
Right. Well, just
Gotcha.
So,
Well, yeah, man.
glad you dropped in.
I'll be working this weekend for sure at Pretoria.
okay, that'd be cool.
So if you're thinking about coming up there one day, just shoot me a message and let me know, and I'll let you know if I'm there.
All right, I'll send you a message.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right, y'all.
All right, man.
Take it
Thanks for
easy,
calling, man.
Thanks for dropping in.
I'll
Well-
call again.
All right, man.
All
Ciao.
right.
All right, later.
All right, bye.
All right.
Thanks
Well,
again. That was John Coop. All right, so
Yeah,
it says
nice to have
sugar
people jump
cane
in.
on their own plantations. I like Richland rum. One of the few modern day rums I enjoy. They actually get a lot of variation in their products and single cast as well.
Can confirm
Nice
that
cast
they
finishes.
are. I think they're. You know, I really haven't tried too many rums for the sake of just drinking rum, but Richland rum is kind of my favorite. You know, but you know, I'm sure there's others out there that I just haven't had yet.
It's nice that it's like right down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I've really gotten into since moving to Nashville. I've started to get into mezcal a little bit. Like I've decided I really like mezcal.
Mexican cows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Says go to the distillery. You can sample anything.
Anything.
I'm not much into samples. Just give it to me.
Oh, but so, you know, sampling at a brewery is just tasting a few beers before finally ordering something. Sampling at a distillery, however, is taking like 5 or 6 shots that you didn't have to pay for.
So sampling at a brewery is annoying. Just make an educated decision and just order something.
Yeah.
I'm literally just gonna go there and be like, I'm gonna look up there. I know what kind of beers I like, which is pretty much all beer. So I'm just gonna find one that I'm in the mood for. If I'm in a stout, I'll look through the stouts and porters, grab one. If I'm into IPAs at the moment, I'll grab one of those. I don't like all the little samples. Maybe it's just because me being biased at working at a brewery and people are like, can I get a sample of the goose? Can I get a sample of that goose?
That's how you say it, right?
You're like, oh, the goza.
Goose?
Yeah.
And you're like, goza?
They're like,
The goza? And you're like, no, I'm pretty sure it's goose.
They're like,
And
that's
then-
a bit tart for me. What about, can I get a sample of your IPA? The IPA? Yeah.
You know what I found out when I was...
You give them 8 samples and they end up getting a fucking light beer.
Well, you know what I found out from my Spanish friends? In Spain, they don't call them IPAs, they call them IPAs. That's the countrywide thing, they call them IPAs.
Because they're fucking idiots.
I guess. I don't know.
Sounds like
I mean,
all May when I'll be in Kentucky and Texas picking barrels for half the month.
if you find yourself in Nashville
IPA.
on the way to Kentucky,
Yeah, I hate
let me know,
IPAs.
and we'll go get dinner.
I like
that sounds like
IPAs.
it'd be great.
But IPAs, not so much. What's up, Taylor?
Taylor,
what do we
what's
got
going
here?
on? No, yeah, it does sound fake, doesn't it? When my friend told me that they call them IPAs, because she didn't know what it meant when I said IPA.
It's an abbreviation.
Yeah, and I mean they have it spelled the same way. They just call it IPA in Spanish. In Spain,
Fucking
anyway.
idiots.
I think anybody that speaks Spanish in the States knows better.
Idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What?
Ready for it?
Okay, I'm watching. Oh, nice.
Not there. Not
No?
there.
Okay. Brandon, this is really distracting.
Yeah, just pay attention.
It's really distracting.
You'd be like, fucking idiots.
There it is. Plebs. Yeah.
Plebs, yes, plebs for sure. Go
Yeah,
Plebos.
you know,
I'll let
yeah,
you know, Jake. May is going to be slammed. I may do some events up there this.
Matt, I hate to think that. I hate to think that just because I moved away, we may never see each other again.
You will.
I'm hoping that I get to see you eventually. So I mean, you were always one of my favorite customers back home at Temp. I mean, I just love chatting with you.
We always meant to get around and have an episode with.
Yeah, we never did. We were gonna have a whiskey episode.
Like a whiskey bourbon episode.
And you know, my friend that's planning on moving to Nashville and being our roommate, Brandon, is actually.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Who's it?
Oh shit, never mind.
Who?
No, you said fuck him? Fuck him?
Yeah, man, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Oh, hang on. This is an Irish red. You ready?
I do like Irish Reds.
Right, so next beer we're gonna drink, 3 Floyds.
That's the one with the pirate on it?
Can you read that font?
Yes. Bricks and Brew.
Bricks and Brew? I don't know. That sounds Irish-ish. Irish-ish?
Irish style red ale. I like the label. Let me get a gander of that. Where's my phone at? It says, I've been dreaming about dead people for months, so I'll see you again at some point.
That's ominous. Am I dead?
You're bread.
Bread.
You're bread, you don't even know it yet.
Yeah. Man.
You're already bread.
You're already bread.
Okay, I'll let you pour it up.
Okay, yeah, Irish red.
Irish
do it.
bread.
Yeah, it'd be great to eventually meet up again.
We're all dead here.
Matt.
It says we'll do a whiskey episode at some point. I'm all booked up until July at the moment.
Glad to hear that you're busy, dude.
Yeah, no, I would not want to be that busy.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Sure.
I love my free time. That's why I don't. That's why I've not had any kids or any dogs or
no
any
dogs?
relationship, no dags.
What about relationships with dog kids?
No cats. Knock on wood. You hear this? None of that.
Yeah.
I like that if I want to leave at any moment, I can. Jake has to make the ride down to Georgia for that, though.
No,
we'll do it whenever you come up to Nashville.
I will have. Yeah, I can make a trip down to Georgia occasionally. I just have to kind of plan it. I think I'm going to be in town around Easter, and
You work what every Monday to Friday?
yeah. So my schedule up here. My schedule. Oh yeah, my work is fun too. Actually, I'm doing. So I'm repairing guitars now for a living, and I'm in like the best city in the world for it.
Yeah, you meet famous people all the time. I'm all about that now, except for the dogs. No, I like that. If I want to, I can leave for 3 months and be in Europe. If I want to, I literally can leave anytime.
See, I feel like that's how my life used to be when I lived in Albany. Like I really had kind of.
Taylor says, Jake, I need to message you about a
yeah,
guitar.
sure. Message me. I'll help you however I can. I'd be happy to.
Are we gonna do like a Ramones kind of like smashing guitar kind of thing?
We should.
That's what we're gonna do with Taylor's guitar.
We can. Is that all right?
That's what she wants to do with it, right?
Probably. I mean,
me too. I'll pay for it.
Sweet. Yeah.
Me too, and it'll pay for it.
Sweet.
I have 2 dogs, but I can leave 2 technically because
of great room
music. Yeah, no. So I would love to have a dog, but I don't think it's fair for me. I don't think it's fair to the animal for me if I leave and I'm like, all right, buddy, I'll be back in a couple months. You know, like dogs don't really understand that, so I don't think that'd be fair to them. So once I've like settled down a bit, that you know, I'll end up getting a dog. But at the moment, if I want to just leave and go backpacking through, you know, through Romania, I could do that. This one is already pretty fucked up. True.
Nice.
he's already ruined.
God, my list is just endless at work. I mean, I'm in one of the busiest guitar shops that there is, and I mean Nashville is a I mean obviously a crazy city for guitar repair. I don't know. I mean I really like what I do, but I can't just like up and leave anymore. You know what I mean? I missed 2 weeks in February because my roommate got COVID, and so I had to quarantine. And when I got back, I went from having like 9 guitars on the list, and I was being pretty on top of it. I came back and I had like 60, and it's like that's like 60 guitars that the repairs can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 5 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of work, and they're all due in like 2 weeks.
Taylor said, "Nah, true. If I didn't have them, I'd go for longer. One is 14, the other I inherited from Alex. The guitar."
Yeah, and I don't know. And sometimes that shit is just daunting. Like today, I was panicking a little bit. I had to, I glued on the bridge on a 1937 D28, which is like it's like $140,000 guitar.
Not only that, but you're fixing guitars for famous people that they go on the road with, that they use on a...
Right, and which I don't know. I mean, it's Nashville has been really good for my career. I think, for what I want to do.
I mean,
and
not everybody gets
moved
the chance
here.
to have sex with Taylor Swift.
Brandon, you can't just say that didn't happen. And
I didn't say you did. I said
I know.
not everybody gets the chance to have sex with Taylor Swift.
I know, but you can't like. I'm not. For one thing,
I didn't say you did. I
I
just
know
said
you
not
didn't,
everybody
but,
gets a
like,
chance, and that's an
you
obvious
never know
thing.
who's watching these things.
Yes,
and
Taylor
I'm
Swift
not,
is watching.
No,
that
I'm
shit
not worried
because
about
she's like-
that. It's just that like I
she's like,
am more or less forbidden from talking about any customers' stuff.
Oh, I just picked somebody out of the air.
But nonetheless, I don't know. I could get in trouble for that kind of comment.
Okay.
I really can't.
B. Arthur. Not everybody gets a chance to have sex with B. Arthur.
And I did. We both did.
3 Floyds. Braxton Brew.
I'm
Irish
I don't
Red
know.
Ale, and this is... Let's get back to the beer.
That's pretty alright.
Born in Munster, Ireland. Brian Bro. Spend his life... It's a story. It's a little story.
That's what I'm saying, Taylor.
It's,
No, it's really okay. It's we do get like a few relatively famous people that come through, or like we get like people that we're like where I work is like right next to all the studios.
definitely not Taylor Swift.
But I'm not supposed to say like any names. I'm not supposed to post any photos. That's my boss doesn't want me to, and I've seen him get really really mad. Like the guy that was there before me posted photos of work that he did while he was there, and my boss still is mad about it like months later.
Yeah. So you can't be showing B. Arthur's guitars. Says Brandon, why are you trying to get Jake fired?
That's what he does.
Because I'll be Jake's sugar daddy. He'll never have to
Tony,
work
what's
again.
going on, dude?
What is that? Was that like fisting unusually large mayonnaise jar?
What?
If somebody were to have sex with T Swift.
Oh.
What's up, Jake and Brandon?
I get
Tony
it.
Singletary? What was his, what do you call himself again?
TJS?
No. T motherfucking...
T motherfucking Singletary.
Yeah. Have you tried it?
Yes.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's alright.
I'm guessing this is like it's got some
Kinda
pop
old.
to it.
Yeah.
So it's a Irish style red ale, but it's actually got some
TMFL. That was it.
TMFL.
Motherfucking L.
So it's got some hop to it for it being a red ale. It's almost got an. If you didn't tell me, I would think this was like a red IPA
Yeah, I would think that.
because
yeah.
of the hops in it. I can't
I think
tell.
it's a little. I think it's slightly old.
I don't think it is. I'm getting 6.5%.
Yeah, I miss you too. My dad told me that you said hi, like a week ago.
T-Love.
When are we all going back to Vegas?
Oh boy.
That was a trip.
Are we gonna do some more drugs?
Did we do drugs in Vegas?
Is it gonna be a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
I don't recall. All I remember about Vegas was getting off the airplane. I remember drinking champagne. I remember sitting by the pool. In the Death Valley.
The rest is a blur. Because of drugs.
I don't remember drugs though. I feel like I would remember drugs if there were
He
drugs
literally
involved.
remembers like 3 or 4 events of a multiple day experience.
But that's all we did. That's what you do. You go to Vegas, you drink champagne.
You didn't find those little floaty squares in your drink?
What? Floaty squares? Yeah. I drank those.
Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
No, but
we're having a Fear and Loathing Las Vegas experience.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like
or like a Wet Hot American Summer experience where we go off for like it's like
for like an hour.
It's like an hour, but somehow we like rob an old lady, do drugs, get addicted to meth.
Yeah, for some reason we watched that movie last night. I don't know.
I love a good floaty square.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen Wet Hot American Summer, it's pretty great. It's what from the '90s or maybe early 2000s.
It has like a lot of famous people in it, like a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like actors that became famous were in that. I don't know. Ant-Man's in it.
Huh?
Ant-Man, that one guy.
Oh yeah. Paul
Don't know
Rudd.
his name.
Paul
Yeah.
Rudd. He's like,
I thought he was really funny.
He's
though.
like, you taste like barbecue sauce. I don't like you anymore. He pretty much just tells people to fuck off all the time and flicks people off. He always has his face. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
It's where part of his face is
It's
just like...
honestly though, I can't imagine any face that looks less like his face than yours. I mean, it's neither a compliment nor an insult, so don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Man, it's hard to believe we only have 2 beers left. I feel like we haven't been on that long. So, well, it's been an hour. Right about an hour.
That's his face most of the time, and it's not even zooming in on it. You can't even see it. Son of a bitch! It's the light.
Oh no!
I'm gonna get as close as possible. It's
just
just bleached out completely.
Yeah, you guys are just gonna have to look it up yourself.
Yeah, he just does this weird thing with his face.
Or watch the movie because I feel like you need to see how he gets into that face.
It's all the time.
There he is.
You can't see anything. It's just
censored.
totally.
Leah, what's up?
What up, girl? She's worked a lot this weekend, I'm sure. Maybe a little bit. So you're saying the show. So have you seen the movie, Wet Hot American? So I know they made a show about it, but there's also just a straight up movie that came in like the 90s, maybe early 2000s. It's
good. It has kind of like that. It reminds me of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which is a better film. But
the remake show and the movie. Yeah, the remake show is rough because some of the people who came back to it, they just really did not age well.
I think out of those kinds of movies, like the kind of like high school coming of age, but also funny drug films.
Going to town, do drugs, yeah.
Yeah, out of those films, I think my favorite is Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That's where it's got what's the old girl's name?
I don't
that I had a
remember.
huge crush on.
I remember Spicoli though.
Phoebe Cates.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Phoebe Cates. Hold on.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of those films though. You know, like that's the only one I know.
So that was so funny to me though. They didn't even try to hide it. Yeah, no, it was great.
You're passing through Nashville at 6-7ish this morning.
Says I'm coming. To
you wanna get coffee?
Up
I'll
to
be
St.
awake.
Louis right now, passing through Nashville around 6 or 7ish.
Yeah,
Phoebe Cates,
I will.
yeah.
I will see you Sunday, Leah. That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. So all right.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like everybody in Albany should eventually come to Nashville to visit me. Eventually. You know what I mean?
Well, only a few of us have.
I know.
Who's come?
There's been you a couple times. You a few more times.
And then me.
Leah, yeah. Oh, Leah. Oh, and Antonio. Antonio came.
Chandler, yeah.
Chandler came here. Man, when Chandler came here, it was crazy. We had a knife fight finally. It was sweet.
How'd that go?
I was good. So the way it works is we got really really drunk, right? And
Cause I'll be there in September, but I don't know. Didn't know you were.
was there in September. Was I here in September already? I think so. Has it been that long? Yeah, I moved here in July. I guess I was here in September. Shit.
Yeah, because you're going up on your 1 year lease.
Yeah, son of a bitch. It's been a whole fucking year. Yeah, no, I moved here a month or so after the house burned down. Because I you know, I couldn't work in guitar repair in you know, in Albany without my workshop, so I had to move somewhere where I had access to a workshop. And I had some friends that were making guitar strings in Nashville, and so I messaged them and was like, "Hey, can I get a job?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure." And so, and then I started working in a repair shop also. So that's the story of how I ended up in Nashville.
Yeah, and then now you're in Nashville.
Yeah, I've gone native.
You're native.
Yeah, I mean,
This chick right here.
What? Oh shit! I didn't even see you do that in real life.
I bonked you without you even knowing.
I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even see you do that in
I
real
did
life.
the whole.
Stop it! Now I know. Please don't do that. Don't bonk me. Yeah, I'm gonna take away that pillow.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna take away the leather pillow. Drink your beer. Drink the beer. Just drink the beer.
Just pour the damn beer.
Ugh. Well, anyway, any of my friends in Albany that I haven't seen in a while, you know, hopefully, I mean, I would really, I don't know. I like the idea of people coming up and, you know, visiting. Just, I mean, you know, I have time to get lunch or dinner with anybody. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, pretty much. I mean, I'll take off the time for, well, I can take off for lunch, or dinner.
If you like know that they're going to be in town around 3 or 4 o'clock, you'll just wait till then. And Who's Taylor?
Yeah, she was messaging me about the guitar. Let's see. I'm gonna respond to Taylor really fast.
Yeah.
And
I have to grab lunch with you.
Yeah.
I'm right now.
That sounds great.
Karamari Damashi.
I mean, I feel like, you know, most of my friends eventually travel, and you know, most people will eventually pass through Nashville. I mean, if they leave town occasionally, and I say, you know, come, you know, come say hi.
Come all ye faithful.
What?
Come all ye faithful.
You should please just break into song right now.
I did.
No, but you didn't sing it.
You don't have to sing it. Just say it.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know. I feel like in Albany, I had a lot of friends down there, and
he's friendless here.
Well, no, I have friends here. It's like, you know, in Albany, most of my friends down there I had known for many years, and
I have to come up there soon for Nashville Barrel Company. I'll let you know when I'm back.
Nice.
So what are you doing now, Matt, since you're not doing... So I haven't caught up with you in some while. I think last I talked to you, you were part of the Flint, but I know now that you're not. So what have you been up to since?
Well, he was only briefly part of that, and I
haven't
know.
seen him since.
Well, Matt has this thing where he just kind of like, you know, he'll be public for a while, and you know, be social for a while, and then he becomes like a hermit and like emerges with an entirely, you know, with like some like new, you know, yeah, like he like reinvents himself and reemerges. You know what I mean? And
so what's the biz now?
That's my impression of you, Matt. But yeah.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, because I said I was going to respond.
Oh.
She said, "Oh, you don't have to interrupt." Yeah. Anyway, I will respond to you in a moment, Taylor, if it doesn't create dead air. But
Dare's not a horrible thing though.
It ain't that bad.
On actual TV, it isn't. I worked for 2 years. I worked for it for 2 years until they went back on their word and left me before they opened. Yeah. So what are you doing now? What's the skinny? You ready to dive into the next beer?
We're gonna drink Brother Thelonious.
Thelonious Monk?
So yeah, I love Thelonious Monk, and this is the second Thelonious Monk beer that I've had. I love that there's 2 Thelonious Monk beers. So yeah, Brother Thelonious. It says bottled bebop. I love that. Bottled bebop.
Oh, okay, that's the same message.
Yeah. So it's Belgian style Abbey Ale, which it would be.
So what's the ABV on it? Find it.
45%.
Find it.
9 point. It's 9.4.
Ay, Dios mío.
We've had some pretty good beers tonight, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah, man.
Don't worry about the books.
Oh no, they're fine. They went
Yeah.
right between the cracks.
Ooh, look at that color. That's gonna be tasty.
All right.
Smells Belgian. Man. That's exciting.
Let's check.
Missy?
All right. It is North Coast Brewing Company, independent since 1988.
North Coast is they're fairly famous for making Old Rasputin, which is
Fort Bragg.
one of my favorite. That's one of my all-time favorite
Is it Old
stouts.
Rasputin?
Yeah, North Coast, right?
Yes, this is Fort Bragg, California.
Pretty sure I'm right about
I had
that.
a tap handle of theirs.
Am I right? Is it? Am I wrong?
I believe you. It looks like the right label.
I'm
North
pretty sure.
Coast.
I'm
Looks
about
like that.
99. Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah. I'm about 99.9% sure that I'm
Belgian
right.
style Abbey
Then I
Ale.
have to check.
Abbey Ale. It's Brother Thelonious.
I did not realize they were. When you said Fort Bragg, I didn't realize they were in Fort Bragg because I almost went to school in Fort Bragg. Very nearly.
So yeah, Matt, what have you been up to? What's the skinny? What are you getting into these days?
It is North Coast. Okay.
Yeah, I believe you.
Sweet. Well, yeah. I feel like you don't see many of the other drinks out there. Many of the other beers out there.
Let's get it. It says, I've been trading stocks from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and working the charity as well, working other venture. It won't be in Albany. I'm moving back to Midtown Atlanta next year. I just stick to myself and my dog mostly, run a few different local tasting groups. So I throw private events locally, but I never go anywhere out and about in Albany. 4 a.m. That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've been dabbling into stocks, and I mean, I guess I've been doing okay. I'm not really throwing in a lot. I'm just kind of testing it out.
Yeah.
I've never really been huge into stocks just because I haven't had just the money to splurge on that. I don't have just like a lot of just expendable income. I don't have like I don't have any kind of family that has any kind of money. I know a lot of people who they spend crazy money on stocks, and I'm like, oh, their family's very well off. That makes sense. They can just make their money and toss them in stocks. I've got other friends that just were part of groups, and they kind of got ahead of the curve. So, they were really early on to the GameStop thing, and they were making, they're working at Locos, and they're like, oh, I just made $22,000 right there. Money does nothing for you in your bank account. Make your money work for you. Oh yeah,
right.
I know.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
and I mean, I think if you're going to, one of the things I've always heard is if you have income. I mean, if you have money in the bank at all, then you should diversify it.
Yeah.
So like you want to
asset
have
allocation.
right. Yeah. You want to have like 20% in stocks. Some of it for retirement, some of it for like emergency savings. I don't know.
Right.
That's like what the internet tells you is right. I don't know. if I were able to save to save a few thousand that I didn't have plans for.
Yeah, we're using all that towards the house currently.
Right. Like, I mean, it's not that I can't save money, I guess. It's that usually when I start to save money, I develop plans for said money along the way. Right?
Yeah.
But, like, if I were able to put together, like, 50K or something and I didn't need it for anything, then I think a percentage of it would go into stocks. Some of it would go towards saving, I would diversify it somehow. I don't know, it'd be, if I didn't need it at all, and I could just, invest it for multiple years, I think, stocks and housing is probably how it would go.
Yeah.
But that's all in theory, because I don't have the ability to practice it yet.
Currently, we're just working on buying the house.
But I
started
feel
my
like
portfolio with $2,000. You don't need a lot if you play smart.
Right. Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah, we're using that money towards.
Well, to tell you the truth, I've never understood enough about stocks that I was confident to throw in a large amount of money, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's all educated, guesses and gambling.
Right. Yeah, and
it's when it comes down to it, it's people investing in companies that they believe in or the companies that they think will do really well. So
I don't think it's gambling. I mean, I think.
You should.
Well, there is a greater amount of risk involved than putting it in the bank, no doubt. But
right, but if you put $10,000 in something that you see is doing very well, and like 2 weeks later that you only invest what you're okay with losing.
I guess I don't think it's wise to treat the stock market, as gambling. I think it's probably smarter to treat it as savings, and invest. Basically you invest a percentage of it in safe things that will not fail.
Right. You look at bonds. You look at things
exactly.
like that. And
from the interest that you obtain on that, you invest it into less safe things, companies that are small but might grow, etc., etc. That's my understanding of. I don't know, but I just know like the very, very basic like theory. That's all I've ever heard about it. I mean, that's as far as my interest has gone in it. I don't know. But it's something that, like, as I get older and as I save more money, it's something that I probably will get interested in. I don't know.
I've got some, but I don't have a lot.
I feel like if we successfully pull off the heist that we've talked about, we'll have enough money to do that. And
we technically have enough now that we've been saving up for this house. We have enough that if we wanted just to dump it all into various stocks that we probably could do very well, but I don't think that would be very. I actually want to have a place that's ours. That
I think we should focus on having somewhere to live, and after the heist, after that, we'll be well off enough that we can do more or less whatever we want.
Right. I think we'll do okay. I think with me starting out waiting tables and maybe doing some radio stuff eventually, that I don't think I'll be struggling at all here. And honestly, I don't need says I wouldn't risk your money on stocks. Buy the house. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and Nashville is one of the fastest growing housing markets. So you almost can't lose money if you make even a remotely informed decision, you almost can't lose money.
The house that we're.
In fact, it's really hard. It's really hard. Nice. It's hard to lose money in real estate anyway.
We're looking at
unless
East.
It crashes, but
we're looking at East Nashville, which is like.
It's gonna be sweet.
It's probably the cheapest of all the four. If you're looking north, south, east, and west.
North, like way north and south are cheaper than east. East.
When I looked south, it was super
Franklin
expensive.
is really expensive. Antioch's pretty cheap. Antioch, I think, is actually the cheapest.
That's probably southeast.
No. It's just south. Weirdly enough, it's between Nashville and Franklin. Antioch. The thing is, Antioch just doesn't have much to do yet. But the way places like East become real popular, like the way they get like restaurants and stuff popping up,
Right.
is because the real estate is affordable. That's how. I mean, that's why businesses decide to move there. That's why people buy houses there.
Right.
I mean, so it's the same principle as with anything. You buy it when it's cheap and sell it when it's expensive.
I ain't
So-
selling shit, homeboy.
I mean, real estate. I think is kind of like that. So, I don't know though. I mean, we're looking at kind of East Nashville, kind of in Antioch, kind of in Madison, Nashville in general.
Yeah.
I think it's a good move buying the house, because the way I see it, you're either creating realty for your for your apartment complex, or you're building your own. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it'd be good. It's going to be good for the show. I think it's going to be good.
Oh yeah, well we'll have like our own dedicated studio space.
I mean,
finally,
currently I'm
which we
able
used
to.
have, but
I'm able to live in Albany. Even before COVID, I could make all the money I needed, still
Right.
travel, still do all the things I wanted in life. So
Right.
being able to come here, I think I still should be able to, create that kind of balance.
right, yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I think it'll. I think you'll have the potential to earn more money up here.
Expenses
And-
obviously are going to be higher.
Yeah, but honestly, they're not like that much higher. I mean, like not really.
I mean, mine's super cheap right now.
Right. Well, yeah, but I
You
mean,
look
I
at how
figure
much I
a few
pay.
$100. I mean, compared to what you to what you gain in income. from
Yeah,
working in a
true.
large
It's
city. I mean, it's a non-issue.
it's going to be about $500 more expensive
Right. Yeah. But I
currently
mean,
to live here.
but you're gonna make
month.
more than five. You're definitely, I think, gonna make a greater amount per month.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd only have to make 500 more per month, which should be easy. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get here and we'll both be paupers. We'll be living in like a tent by the highway.
I would literally save up money just so I have enough to run Twitch off of this phone, and to pay for my phone service. So I have going to what is it called? Pay as you go. What do they call that? Straight talk.
Oh yeah.
I'm having to do straight talk on this because we pull on the side of the streets, and then we're going to be reviewing different trash can food, and we're going to be
Have you seen,
drinking
you
Colt
remember,
45s.
Remember the Crack Fox? This could be us.
Yeah.
Crack Fox.
So it's about it's a tourist town. You'll make more still in the service industry up there, Brandon. Yeah, no, I figured that. That's kind of what I'm
honestly,
looking towards.
I mean, I moved up here to to do to like finally work full time in like my chosen career, right? And seriously, I would make almost twice what I make in the service industry, I think.
Yeah.
And it's very, I mean, almost every week at some point I'm like, why don't I quit and go work? And but I always
Your career. I mean, it's a career.
it's
You're building a really nice resume right
it's
now.
40 hours of my week, and I get more fulfillment out of it than I would at a restaurant.
True.
And that's that's something that's important right now. So, to me.
Yeah. It's all on whatever makes you happy in life. So,
Right.
or whatever makes you like where you get the most fulfillment.
Right.
So
yeah.
if I end up at Mello or something, I'm waiting on somebody who went off. Like I went off to college and I got a degree, but somebody who's in their field and they're making decent money. I feel like sometimes they might look down on me waiting on their table, but
Shit.
like when it comes down to it, like I don't have kids, I don't have any of these crazy expenses,
you
so
have a flexible schedule.
my debt to income ratio is very, very different from theirs. Yeah, they might make a lot more money, but my debt to income ratio is vastly different, and
it comes with a flexible schedule.
my obligations. Like if I'm like, hey, I want to go to Italy and eat I go to Naples and eat pizza and drink wine for 2 weeks straight. I can do that, and it's allowed me to do that. The income that I make at places like Mel and Pretoria have allowed me to travel all over the world and do the things that make me have a very fulfilled life.
Right. Well, I mean, it's
on
important.
A server wage.
It's important to consider, how well you can live. I mean, it's money. The only purpose of money is to live the way you want to.
So it depends on what you want out of life.
Right. Exactly. And you only need to make enough to afford to live the life that you want.
Yeah, some people want only the best.
And in fact, I would say it's a waste to work harder to earn more money than you need to to fulfill yourself in life. Not to get overly philosophical.
Well, some people are working hard. Some people are working hard, right? They're like, hey, I'll kill it for 20 years, 25 years. Right. I'll kill it. I'll be miserable for these 25 years. But after that's done, I'll be retired and I can do what I want. But the fact is that whenever you retire, you're going to be so exhausted. Well, right. Because you're trading time for money. You're going to be so exhausted.
And I've always believed, like, for example, like, I believe in, I'm trying to save money, but I'm not going to quit going out and, and having a good dinner every once in a while.
Like tonight.
I'm not going to, well, yeah, exactly, like tonight. I'm not going to.
Neapolitan style pizza.
I mean, it's to me, personally, one of the most important things in life is eating well. And I'm not willing to trade eating well for just about anything.
I'm more for experiences than
right.
I literally can be in Naples and eat at a total like hole in the wall kind of restaurant and be totally happy.
Man, there's some good hole in the walls in Naples.
But
though.
I don't need to have the best in life. I don't need if it's like, hey Brandon, you have the option. You can eat at a super nice restaurant and not see much of Ireland, or you can eat at just like you might have to this day eat at McDonald's. But you get to go to this castle and hike through these.
And right, and it's I'm
going to choose that every time.
Food is to me an experience that's easy to have in a lot of places. You know what I mean? So, if I was in Bavaria and I'm like I can eat dirt for 2 days but go see this ancient castle, I would do that. I mean, it's worth. That's worth putting off eating well for. But, yeah, I mean, you get what I'm saying. I think you're going to get your highest ratio of happiness by living in the moment as much as possible, by making yourself happy in the moment. Right?
The food is important, but if I told you that there is 2 restaurants, right? Let's say there's a restaurant in Albany and they serve Irish food, and then there's an Irish restaurant in Ireland, the exact same restaurant. Like they taste exactly the same, same quality. Which are you going to choose if you had the choice? You're going to choose a different environment. You're going to want to go to Ireland because of what. I mean, the food is important, but for me, it isn't the drawing. Thing.
Oh man, that reminds me of a tea house.
He says money isn't everything. Quality of life is what matters. Happiness is a key factor. She says, right on, Jake. Food is important. Yeah, experience too.
We're getting kind of philosophical tonight.
I dig it.
Yeah, it's good conversation though. Yeah. So, an interesting thing that reminds me of is when I was in Kyoto, there was this little tea house in the middle of a bamboo forest, and it was like the most picturesque place imaginable. It's like I've just walked for like an hour through like bamboo, and there's like I don't know, and there's this like I don't know, this little tea house like surrounded by flowers, and it's like it looks like it's out of a Miyazaki movie. I mean, it's perfect, and I walk in and I'm just like I have to order food here, and so I sit down and have a cup of tea, order food. I can't actually read what I'm ordering, but I can sort of pronounce it, and they didn't speak any English, so anyway, so I ordered it, and whatever. I found out that the only food they served was made with seaweed broth, like kelp broth, and it tasted and smelled exactly like a fish tank. I mean, it was by far one of the worst things I've ever eaten. I mean, I'm sure some people like it, but it had like big chunks of slimy green kelp.
I'm about it.
And-
Matt says, Brandon, someday we'll go to a 3-star Michelin restaurant and you'll see what it's about. Food is an experience. No, I understand food's an experience. Keep in mind that I'm 23, 24, something like that, countries deep. That's not even factoring cities, just factoring in countries. And then I do eat a lot of restaurants when I go out. But if I have to cut cost to see something, I'm going to cut food. Like if I have I can go to this really nice restaurant and have this crazy good food, or I can hire this bus that's going to take me out into this, experience. I can go to the Cliffs of Moher. Like, I'm going to choose that. I'm going to choose experiences over food, because when it comes down to it, yes, I do enjoy the food, but I'm just going to shit it out.
I don't know, man, but food's good.
No, I love food.
Yeah.
I told you, 20-something countries deep.
That's a sure sign of me listening only to like the last sentence.
I say I've had lots of different food in different cultures. I've made some of the food. Going to some of the places, they'll teach you how to make it. I've made some of it. Like I enjoy the food.
It's a lot easier to skip a few meals in Albany than it is to skip a meal at like a bistro in France. You know what I mean?
Shit, I'll skip that motherfucker quick.
I don't know. I mean,
it's just there's so much good food over there that like.
To me,
if you're in a town like Italy, and we'll get
right. Go ahead,
second, but if you're in a country like Italy, and let's say you're in like Florence, right? There are so many good restaurants. Good restaurants. Massive amounts of good restaurants. They're all going to destroy anything we have in the States, probably, or 90% of them. So I can eat at one random one. And if I got the time, I'll go back some other time, but I want to go see all of Florence. I want to go hiking through the city. I want to take a train to Pisa. I want to go to Cinque Terre. I want the experiences. Food is a nice experience, but it's not my main driver.
Well, to me, my main things, if I'm traveling, I think the main thing is like culture in general. You know what I mean? Like certain places have like an atmosphere that's like a combination of the scenery, the people, the technology, the food, I don't know. I mean, every little thing. It's like
it's a factor into the experience.
Right, and so that's the main experience.
It all goes into the total, encapsulates into the total experience.
Right, yeah. There's like one big total experience, and that's the fun of traveling, is experiencing all of those things at one time.
Right.
And whereas if you go to a really, really nice restaurant in Atlanta, you don't get a new you don't get a new scenery, you don't get a new culture. Now the food is very good, and for the 45 minutes that you're eating dinner, it beats just about everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. To me, though, food is probably right up there as as maybe the most important thing for traveling for me. One of them.
Fair.
But it's a small factor in all the other things that make it great.
I'm a huge history and nature buff, so
right.
When you're traveling around for like 3 months at a time, and you're going through different countries, I honestly forget a lot of the restaurants. Keep in mind, think about 3 months eating out, like almost eating out at least one meal a day at a different restaurant. Very rarely did I go to the same restaurant. 3 months, almost every day eating out. After a while, you kind of forget them. They're still great restaurants. They still have lots of great food, but after a while, you start forgetting shit.
I don't know.
Sometimes I eat out 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And so I would always seek out restaurants. So one of my big things, and Jake, we've had conversations about this, but how I tried to find an authentic experience is I tried to figure what my grandmother would actually eat. So if you think about your grandmother, and my grandmother just eats what she knows. She eats what she was raised on. So my grandmother is eating old-fashioned Southern food. She's eating mashed potatoes. She's eating corn. She's eating collard greens. She's eating like all that old Southern food, right? So I would go by and look at restaurants where there was a lot of old people, not some kind of like Thai, Japanese, Mexican fusion restaurant or something like that where you see a bunch of high school, college students at. I wasn't going to these restaurants every once in a while. Mostly I went to restaurants where there was a lot of old people. These old people have probably been going to this restaurant since they were kids. It's authentic. I enjoyed it. These people know what the fuck they're doing. They've been doing it most of their life or all their life. But like I said, since you're eating out 2 to 3 times a day, at least one time a day, for 3 months straight, and I've done multiple of these trips, that you kind of forget restaurants. There are certain that are outliers, and the outlier in those experiences, for me, are the company that I was with during those experiences.
Fair enough. And I will say the most memorable thing for traveling for me is the people that I met when I was traveling.
Yes, that made the food.
That's definitely the most memorable thing. I would say maybe second to that is probably like the second to that is probably the location itself. Third to that is the food. I feel like I would eat out twice a day when I was traveling.
No hipster restaurants.
I agree. No hipster restaurants, definitely. I don't like hipster restaurants much. I mean,
they're one-offs. They're
kind
of one-offs. Go in there and try them out.
When you say hipster restaurant, I'm thinking like the gentrified. We have 32 IPAs and 10 different burgers.
Like I said, the Thai, Japanese, Mexican fusion restaurant.
Yeah, those kind of places can be hipstery. I don't know.
Matt said, I think fun in food tourism. Yeah. I think the fun in food tourism is coming back and being able to incorporate what you experienced into your own cooking.
And that's a side of it that I don't really experience because I cook a little. I do think I do Italian food pretty well. I don't know. But I only know what I know, and I've never really tried to get way deep into cooking. Working years in restaurants, you definitely pick up some.
Oh yeah.
And being as interested in food as I am, I definitely pick up some from that. But I don't know. I've never been a very good cook, though. I would not describe myself as that. I don't understand the fundamentals of it. I just know, the recipes that I've learned, and some of them I did put a lot of work in. But, I just know what I know. And so if I travel abroad, I can't taste 2 flavors that I've never had, in some food in a different country and be like, oh man, that's amazing. I've got to try that. And I can't instantly think of what it would be good with.
Yeah.
I can't instantly think of how to incorporate it or how to execute whatever they did.
Says you can only cook what you've experienced. You can meld your experiences into your own style.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, yeah. That makes sense. You really can only.
Some of the hostels I went to, they actually will teach you how to. Part of their nightly thing is.
I've been to some of those.
They'll teach you how to make traditional.
I went to so many places in. The few hostels I stayed in Spain, they were like, sangria, we're going to make sangria. And
oh, no, some of them will teach you paella, and some of them will teach you when I was in Bratislava in Slovakia, it was in the Czech Republic, they would teach you all kinds of stuff. You would sit down with them, they'd have somebody who was a native, and you would basically be cutting onions, and they would teach you a couple of the phrases and words, and then you would learn the food.
Right.
You have to train your palate, Jake.
Well,
Kind of like training it with whiskey or something like that.
Well, yeah. I think I know how to pick out individual flavors. The thing that I don't know how to do is like I don't know like cooking techniques. I think.
Yeah.
Like I can't. You can't give me a steak and I can't make a perfect steak. You know what I mean? You can't. I don't know how to make breadcrumbs stick to something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how to how to deglaze something in wine. You know what I mean? That's all stuff that.
Something you could probably learn in a day or two.
Well, it's something you can learn. It's just I do know flavors, and I feel like
Jake. Like when I moved to Nashville, we can be like a cute ass couple, and we can take cooking. We can take cooking classes together.
I cook. I cook only for. Don't fuck off. No, that's okay. I don't care. But I just like.
I'm sure there's great cooking classes in town that literally we're like, "What's up, yo?" We can just be as frat boy as possible.
I'm not likely to pay money to go to a cooking class. I will if I have a friend that I know loves to cook.
Oh yeah, man.
And I would love to.
We'll do frat boy stuff, man. We'll be like, hell yeah, we're just a couple of heterosexual dudes that are just trying to learn how to make some food.
Just trying to make some food
for
together.
The rest of our fraternity.
And like we're just like it's just the two of us in the kitchen and we're only wearing aprons.
We're wet ass naked.
Yeah, just aprons. Yeah.
We're just really trying to really push the heterosexuality. You too, man.
Yeah, Matt.
We're just a couple of guys who are totally heterosexual, just trying to learn, and we're living together, and we're totally not gay. We like wine, and we're trying to learn how to cook, and we definitely won't make out in between food.
Yeah, and we wouldn't even put that on. Wouldn't even put that on film, so you wouldn't be able to see it.
We just keep pushing out this heterosexual.
It's just like,
thing.
and it's like edited every 5 minutes. You can like tell that it's edited every 5 minutes.
No, that's what we keep talking to the person who, when we join their class.
Yeah, I don't know. No, Matt, I should message you every now and then about like food. I don't know. I mean, honestly, what do I cook at home?
Nothing lately.
Well, no, I cook about 3 or 4 times a week. I do. I mean, I would say I do 80% Italian stuff, but what I need to what I've I don't know. I mean, I really need to get into more like I want to be able to do a perfect steak, and I've tried a couple different ways, and I never quite get it perfect. I mean, I never quite get it like even like what I would consider very good.
We can use soda water, sparkling water, man. Make it real soft.
Silly. I don't know. And so I need to get into. I need to like really figure that out. And it's just something that I have to trial and error and research and talk to the right people. And I mean, it's just something that I just generally have to put work into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but I don't know. I mean, it's one of the things I've always wanted to be able to do. I've always wanted to be that guy that can like invite friends over to his house and cook a dinner, and they're like, like holy shit, this is the best food I've had in like a year. You know what I mean? I've got friends like that, and I've always been jealous of those people that could be like the perfect host like that.
It says I follow Gordon Ramsay's technique, but the timing and feel does take time for steak. It says for learning to cook, it's fun.
That's
best
true.
Dates are when you ask a lady.
Yeah. See, my fear is totally bombing it because about 10% of the time I cook something, it just is wrong.
It says catering for somebody is a selfless act, and it doesn't, and they don't recognize you, and then there's no need for date 2.
Hey.
Says Jake, learning to cook is fun. Best dates are when you ask a lady what she enjoys and you make it for her.
That's
catering
true.
for someone is a selfless act, and they don't recognize you.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no need for date 2.
I like cooking, and since moving into my own apartment, I've really gotten more into it.
It's like lean cuisines and
no. I mean, I actually put. I don't cook stuff that I wouldn't want to eat, and I do have. I'll be the first to admit that I have kind of expensive taste.
Hot Pockets.
I don't eat Hot Pockets. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody, but like I said before, food is really important to me, and I don't believe. I mean, I will never save money instead of eating what I want to eat.
It's why we're having fun.
Come on, Brandon. I mean, it's like I said. I think the, I think I don't know.
Yes.
So Zach or Matt, I was, Zach, Zach Etheridge, right?
Go to
well,
the Magnus
when I
technique.
was hanging out with Zach, maybe like, it must have been a year ago now. Like right when the house, your roommate, right when the house burned down, we were hanging out and we were just sitting there drinking tequila, and he reverse seared a steak, and it was like one of the best steaks I had in a really long time, and so I've been trying to get the reverse sear down ever since then, but I don't know. I mean, I need to trial and error it, and it's expensive to cook a steak dinner for just me, so so when I cook it, it often ends up being more expensive than just going out. That's partly because I have no capacity for leftovers. I mean, I'm not good at it.
I will tell you guys that his fridge is completely empty besides Cokes.
And Parmesan.
He's got Coke.
I have and Parmesan.
Cherry
I collect,
Coke. Vanilla Coke.
Yeah, I have all the Cokes.
He's got 12 packs of them.
I'm really bad about buying groceries.
Reverse.
I know it's easy. I know. I get it to turn out okay. It's just I can't quite. I mean, that one steak that Zach cooked was just like perfect, and if I cook them, I feel like it turns out good, but it's not like perfect. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, cooking is something I would like to be better at. It's, as I've, since moving into my own place, it's something that's become a bigger part of my life. I still don't understand how buying groceries works exactly. Like, I buy groceries, but I don't have the ability to, like, stock up and then, like, and to, like, cook something from all the...
What are some things that you dislike? Do you like to munch at all?
Like snacks?
Yeah.
No, I don't really do snack foods.
You don't have like just something that you can kind of chew on when you're a little bit hungry but not super hungry?
All right, Matt, I'll call you. I have something coming up where I am going to cook for some friends in like a week or two. And if you're offering to give me advice, I'll call you before I buy the groceries. And one of my favorite things to do is impress my friends because I'm a narcissistic ass. But I mean, it really is though. I like to have people over and treat them, and I like it to, I like to give people a good time, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's why you do the prostitute line.
No, but you know what I mean.
Agreed. Cherry and peach smoke, and then rest and sear in brown butter, moving consistently over high heat in the pan.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I do feel like I do. I do feel like I do pasta real well.
Pastafarian?
No, but I'm judging it on like the restaurant pasta that I've had, I guess. And so like I feel like yeah, I've got your number, Matt. I'll call you. I totally will. I mean, I feel like there's some things that like I learned from like my dad growing up, or stuff that like I researched for a really, really, really long time that I do pretty well. Or when I worked in fine dining in Atlanta, we had to make most of the appetizers. The servers had to make most of the appetizers. So I learned a lot about, real simple stuff. But I've always just really stuck to the stuff that. Why are you not in the frame, Brandon? What's going
That's
on over
lag.
here?
That's the lag.
Oh.
This is not your first rodeo, Jake.
Huh?
I
This
need you
is
to
my
get with
first
me.
rodeo.
There's probably a 20-second lag on that side. 20 to 30-second lag.
Wow, wacky. That's crazy.
I felt like we were just too far away.
Oh yeah, we were. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. Cooking's something that it does give me some anxiety because I do care about it. I guess you know what I mean. Like, I care about it in a way that I did not care about it a year ago. I will say I have appreciated food for as long as I've had money to buy food.
So at least since last year.
No, I've been able to afford good food for a while. I've had some really, really, really good dinners. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder how much money I've spent on food over the years.
I don't know. And we had some good food in Vegas. Eating $100 Wagyu steaks, $120 Wagyu steaks. We've had some pretty good. Like, we haven't. You
and I have been to some good dinners.
A lot of the food there was stupid fucking expensive.
Well, yes, but I will say that steak dinner at that one restaurant was fucking good.
The Wagyu?
Well, we had Wagyu like twice. Yeah, the place with the light show. That was the best. That was one of the best dinners I've been to.
The Asian restaurant we had, the first one we went to when we were there, was really good. It
was alright, yeah.
I enjoyed it. The sushi?
I liked that place okay.
You about died on sushi?
I might have a different opinion of that restaurant because
all you're doing is the second stage, reverse searing, cresting.
Right.
Reaction, browning. Works better when you have to move on a circular motion. Graving, not cresting.
Right. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of the best dinners I've had.
I had some great hole-in-the-wall fucking places in Europe.
Man. There were some of the best meals I had were very, very cheap in Europe, actually. And, some of the best places I went to were places that my friends were like, we gotta go here. You know what I mean?
Some of the places I went to in Europe, they were like super non-pretentious, kind of like super hole in the wall.
It was
sheer
luck that I found some of the places that I found.
There's literally just so much good shit out there. Like if you just don't go to the super touristy places, you're pretty good.
Yeah, Taylor, I'll message you about the guitar. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for coming in. Yeah.
Take care. Have next week we have Broken Heart Bakery. We're doing an episode at the Broken Heart Bakery next week, next Monday.
Will you send me bread?
I don't think it'll make it.
Do it.
By the time it shows up, it's going to be not bread. But you can cut it up with the croutons. No.
Actually, my aunt, she makes the best cookies I've ever had in my entire life, by far. Like,
they have like CBD in them?
No. They're just normal cookies. But God, I would, like, I'm not kidding. If I had to pick a last thing to eat, it would be her cookies. What kind of
cookies are they?
Oh, there are all kinds. My favorites, my favorite ones she makes are like, it's like ginger and cinnamon and lavender. I think. Well, wait, hang on. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up. I think my favorite is like ginger with like a lavender icing. It's like she does like wedding stuff, and she's done it for a really long time, and she's like 80 now, and she's been.
That's an aunt.
Yeah.
Great aunt.
Yeah. Well.
Right?
No. Aunt.
It's not your
she's
sister's.
Like 70. It's my dad's oldest brother's wife. So my dad had 16 siblings.
And he was probably the youngest.
Among the youngest, yeah. And so I think his older brother is like 30 years older than him.
Oh shit.
Something like that.
He was a grown ass man, had his own kids by the time.
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah.
Your dad had.
My grandmother married 4 times.
Your dad had uncles that were younger than him.
Yeah, probably. No, we had a really big family. So yeah, Matt, it was really good to see you.
Yeah, man, awesome to have you on, man. I always love when you pop in.
Yeah.
I've wanted to do a whiskey and bourbon episode, but after Jake moved, I felt like it was something that we should have done with Jake, so I've been putting it off. We'll get
the chance to do it. We just have to plan it out. If I know a few weeks in advance, I can make the trip down to Albany for it. I need at least a month's notice to come down there. Right? and I mean to take off on a Monday and a Tuesday, which is what I would have to do.
Yeah, you would have to
I would
leave
need
early Monday.
Yeah, I would need at least a month's notice. Well, I would probably leave Friday night because I don't work weekends. But I would have to know, not usually, anyway.
And then leave Tuesday morning?
Yeah, and I would leave Tuesday morning.
You'd basically just miss Monday
I'd miss Monday and Tuesday. But if I know about a month in advance, then...
Have you had to take off besides COVID from Glazer Instruments?
No, never taken off besides that.
You've been there for how long?
Almost a year. Well, I mean, I've taken off like 1 or 2 days here and there. But, you know, I mean, I took off a day to come down for Thanksgiving. I took off a day to go visit my dad, and you know what I mean? It's easy to take off.
We'll do it eventually.
one day.
Maybe when I'm in Nashville, we'll just have to get Brandon to hit the road. Yeah, I could do that.
Hey, yeah, that could work.
And so I do these on Mondays. So I'm sure you already know, but let's work it out to where we're here on a Monday.
Well, yeah, it's something we should work out.
We'll set up that table. We'll move it up over here. We'll have the cameras.
You just tell us when and where, and give us some notice, and we'll swing it. Basically.
Yeah, no, I'll always be down for a trip. I mean, I'm moving to Nashville, so this is
Brandon's here like every month, so yeah, it'd be easy to talk him into it. And I don't go home enough to Georgia, anyway. So it's you know, if somebody's like, Jake, you got to come home in 3 weeks for this thing, that's all you'd have to say, and I'll be there.
And I haven't been world traveling much because I've been putting this money since COVID happened. I've just been putting this money towards getting a house. So it's just been stacking money.
Right.
Haven't anything else to spend it on besides cameras.
Well, yeah, Matt, I'm really glad you dropped in. It was really great chatting with you. You know, I don't know. It's been a while, and it's just, you know, Matt's one of the people in Albany that I don't hear from much. But,
yeah, I don't hear from him.
But I always love to talk to him.
When are you moving there? So I keep doing these trips once a month because we're meeting with the realtor and the different people. So I'm trying to within the next 3 or 4 months try to move here. So we're in the process of buying a house. Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
So the next 3 months, hopefully 3 to 4 months. This one's Mocha.
Yeah, Mocha Noir from Prairie Ales. Prairie Arts Ales. Yeah, it's okay.
They make really good beer.
Yeah, they do. They're pretty legendary, honestly. Yeah. I don't know. This has been a pretty good episode. I mean, I feel like I've had some particularly good conversation with people that dropped in tonight.
This is a dark boy.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's last.
This don't look like just like a stout. Here, hold on.
Ooh,
I don't want to outdo you.
Yeah.
I know you're not trying to.
Oh no. I'm honestly, I haven't gotten drunk tonight. Really. We've been kind of taking it slow. So it's midnight back home.
Let me talk about the beer a little bit.
Yeah. No, that last one, pretty darn good.
So this is Prairie Artisanals. They make really good beer.
Right.
A lot of good funky craft dankers. And it's a Mocha Noir. And it's a bourbon barrel aged stout with coffee and natural flavors. It is...
Alicia, what's up?
Oh, this is 14. This is going to be...
Hell yeah.
Whew, this is 14.2%.
I still
up, Alicia?
stick by what I said. I think that first beer was my favorite tonight. I really do.
It's got a nice skull mixed with a moth.
Yeah, Alicia, I had a friend.
Coffee.
We were gonna video chat you like 2 nights ago to read a friend of mine's tarot.
That's an espresso. Yeah, we were trying to meet you, but she was busy doing stuff with her cards. That looks like a little handle for the espresso machines, right?
Oh yeah, whatever it's called.
And those are coffee beans over here, right?
Yeah, that's
coffee beans.
That's an espresso.
That's espresso. The old style.
Whatever the fuck it's called.
Old style. You put them on the stove.
I don't. No, it's not. Where?
You put those.
Oh, that's a mocha
those are
pot.
metal.
That's a mocha pot. Is what those are called.
These are the handles for the espresso.
Whatever the fuck those are called. Not the tamp. Tamp is the thing you fucking hit the thing with. That's
a
the
pour
percolator?
over.
The percolator.
Percolator, yeah. That's a pour over. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's okay.
What's this?
But Alicia, I may eventually message you and be like, okay, you have to read this person's tarot now.
What's this? This thing right here.
That's a crack pipe.
It kind of does look like it. It's like some kind of little jar of some type with this handle coming off of it.
It might be for pour overs. No, I'm not sure. I ain't got a fucking clue.
Oh,
it's a coffee thing.
You ever seen the Turkish style coffee where they set the things on top of the hot coals and it rises to the top, or they put them on the hot sand?
Yeah.
That's what that is.
If Alicia, if I make a trip down to Georgia on a Monday and Tuesday, can I be on your show that you do?
You don't even like Tara.
I kind of
You don't
have.
even like
I
tarot
sort
cards.
of have a respect for it. Kind of.
I mean, it's just you just run with it, whether you believe it or not.
No.
Just go with it and just take it for what it is.
I'd say I have a slight interest in. I mean, I kind of enjoy all of the like the mythological, esoteric kind of stuff. I mean, I have a few books on the topic anyway.
Ooh.
But
that smells boozy.
I don't know.
That smells boozy. Let's get into it.
Smells good. Ooh, that's great. It's chocolatey.
Very
it's
chocolatey.
Boozy though, man.
So you ever had those candies? There's like
Candles?
the candies that are like German with like brandy or like some kind of whiskey
Oh,
or something.
I have a story about that.
So this basically tastes like that. It tastes like the super chocolatey sweet, and then you have that strong liquor taste.
Yeah,
in it.
like you taste the chocolate and you're like, I love chocolate, and
then
you
all of a
break
sudden,
through it, and then it's just
bam!
like, bang, and you're like, ah. Yeah, that's how I
Pretty
remember
much.
them. So when I was in Japan, there's these chocolates that you can buy at a gas station, just any gas station, you can just buy them, or any 7-Eleven, really. We call it bacchus. Bacchus, yeah, great name.
Almost like the name of the Greek god.
Yeah, Greek god of wine.
Yeah.
So, Bacchus chocolates though they're these little chocolates that are brandy filled, and every chocolate piece is like 4% alcohol.
So you just.
And so yeah, I remember there was once, twice. There was like twice where
At least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, where I just like bought a bunch of them and got choco drunk. It was great. One of them, I had an interesting final day in Japan when I was there. So I mostly ran out of money and didn't want to pay another day for a Metro Pass. And so I went to the airport a day early and just stayed at the airport for a whole day.
Okay.
Which is not that bad. I mean, well, I wasn't there like a whole day, but like my flight was at like, I don't know, like 10 a.m. or something, and I got there, instead of paying another night in a hotel or a hostel, I got there at like 8 p.m. So I had like 10 hours at the airport or something. Anyway, I couldn't sleep. I was just bored, so I was just kind of walking around, and I drank a lot of edamame milkshakes and got very choco drunk on Bacchus.
Bacchus.
Yeah, it was great. I bought like I decided to buy like 5 of them and just sit there and just eat all of them it's not a pleasant drunk though. It's like that drunk where you can just like feel the sugar. It's like it's really like if you like drank like 4 of these, Brandon, like 4 of these in a row while eating chocolate. I mean, you can imagine what that would do to your body.
This is sweet.
It would be like,
this is so sweet.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet. It's not bad.
No, it's good. It's good. It's just really sweet.
So if I had to pick favorites tonight, now that we've tasted every beer, if I had to pick favorites tonight, the first one was my favorite.
This one?
Yep. The Repeat from Hop and Frog. Yeah, it's a brown ale, 15.6% ABV. It's fucking good. I really like that one. My second favorite was the Thelonious beer.
Right here?
Yeah. From North Coast, yeah, Brother Thelonious.
Belgian style Abbey.
Yeah. I like Belgian styles. Third favorite was the breakfast sour. The second one we had. No, the third one we had.
Okay, we also have...
No, that was the second. Yeah, the breakfast sour.
Right down here.
Yeah, and there's the pineapple one down there. And the Irish Red. Irish Red was okay.
What's the least favorite? What's the one that's just not pulling its weight?
Maybe the Irish Red.
I was thinking that because
It
I
was
was
a bit-
expecting something different.
Yeah, it wasn't quite what I want out of an Irish
It
Red.
actually
I
had
guess.
more hops than I expected from a red.
Yeah, it was. There was something about that one that I didn't quite like. Following that was the cherry pineapple, but I'm not the biggest fan of sours anyway, so that's probably why.
I don't know if it said anything about hops in it.
And then
Notes
this
of
one
citrus, stone.
that would
and
make this
tropical
one.
fruit.
The one we're drinking now, I guess, is 4th place for me.
So it's for me, it's a little too sweet.
Yeah, it's
This
a little
thing
bit
is
sweet.
insanely sweet.
It's good. I bet this would age wonderfully, actually.
Hopefully, the sweetness
Yeah.
would damper out with time.
Yeah, it mellows out, becomes a little bit more complex. Yeah.
It is boozy, honestly, as well. Like you're
Right.
getting, it's like that candy that's
Yeah, it's
sweet chocolate,
it's a
and all of
good-
a sudden the brandy.
I will
went
say
in.
it's a pretty good final beer because this would have overwhelmed some of the other ones.
That's cool. After we go off the air, we're gonna drink a couple more. It's only
Pretty-
what, midnight?
Yeah, it's only midnight and we don't see each other often, so shit, let's do it.
It's okay if you're miserable tomorrow.
I'm fine. I sleep until 9, so if I go to bed at 2:00, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, after you go to bed, I'll pack all this up. I'll go to bed at like 3:00 in the morning. And
Oh yeah, right.
I'll do a morning drive. I'll stop off somewhere and get some
man,
coffee.
and if I wake up in the morning, Brandon, and you're not ready to go, and I gotta go, I'll leave you the key, and all you have to do is
We'll figure that out.
No. All you have to do is when you get ready to leave, just go to the office and tell them to give it to me when I come back from
I
work.
don't even know what the fuck the office is.
I'll tell you where it is. They'll do it. That's the solution there.
That's the normal.
Huh? Yeah, it's up near the front. You'll find it.
What's the protocol? Okay, I'm pulling
Yeah.
my back.
Okay.
You don't have to hold down the fort.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
can
a
do
while
that.
since you've been on the show by yourself.
I've done this before. It's easy. You just sit here and talk to yourself.
Pretty much.
Shit, I'm the only one here now. I don't have to say anything, Brandon, because they all left. All of them left. Fuck. Is anyone there? Anyone? Is anyone here? Hello? 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 Brando?
Huh?
Welcome back.
Are we
Huh?
Are you running solo?
Well, there's nobody else on. They all left as soon as you left.
It's just you.
Yep, just me. So, honestly, we should probably just sign off.
And then we probably have.
I mean, it's a little after midnight back home.
One
That's
on-
normally when you go off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, let's just sign
Here,
off.
let's. I'll show. So last week we had Austin on. Austin, we did a whole episode on developing film, the whole process, the
Right,
chemicals you
yeah.
need, and then we showed some of the examples of some of the film that he played or that he had. What's cool about this? If you turn your volume up a little bit, well, whenever it comes up, you'll hear it. Here, let's. I'll show. So last week we had Austin on. Austin, we did a whole episode on developing film, the whole process, the chemicals you need, and then we showed some of the examples of some of the film that he played or that he had. What's cool about this? If you turn your volume. Oh, it's so low down. Whenever it comes up, you'll hear it. I turned it up. So you'll see Trenton Ty in here eventually.
Oh, yeah. I introduced them. Austin and Trenton.
Yeah, Trenton.
Yeah.
So right when it shows Trent, you should hear the volume.
Oh, somebody else dropped in. Hi, whoever you are. I'm not sure what we're doing on the screen, but we're the only ones here, and we're just gonna start doing stuff. And whoever's watching.
They're gonna see some booty in a second.
Maybe.
So that's our canning line.
Oh, the brewery.
Yeah, the brewery. You lived through that a bit.
These are some shots from last week. Brandon had a photographer on the show.
So you can probably turn that down a bit now.
The film development stuff. And they're gone. Alright, you don't have to be live anymore, you know.
Oh, I know. What's cool about this guy, you'll see him on the screen here in a second. Okay, that's some booty. So that's his girl, Christina.
Right, yeah.
So, they had a guy up there next, and he's just a cool guy that they saw out there that they didn't know. Like, hey, you're cool. And he's sitting there, like, almost asleep, just dick out. And I'm like, hey, can I take a photo of you? He's like, fuck, yeah. So, that was basically that. It was a pretty cool episode, and there's Shelby in there too. So there's our dashing boy Shelby. So he used film on all of these, and it almost looks like he's a little bit of light pollution. Maybe they were forced that way. I like film. He likes black and white, obviously.
I saw some of the photos from this. Somebody's Instagram.
So see that light pollution kind of in the middle.
Also makes his beard. Alright, let's turn this shit off and watch the
Alright guys, it has been a great episode.
video. Saying this to ourselves.
There's people watching on Twitch. So
Hey, yeah, possibly.
we're not
Right.
completely off.
Yeah, oh, shit.
Let's just kick the fucking microphone, Jack.
Microphone. Fuck everybody listening.
Either way, guys, we've had a great episode. I want to thank
been
you
fun,
guys
yeah.
for tuning in. We've talked about everything from travel to beer to food to.
It's been an interesting night. The conversation just kind of flew naturally.
Yeah, we talked about Tennessee and Nashville. You're drinking. So we had some great beer of the night.
Very.
I actually, you said that was more your favorite.
Yeah, the Hop and Frog. That was
I'm
my
more
favorite.
feeling sours, unless it's like a traditional stout.
Oh, you like the
Or an
wheat?
amber. I like sours and wheat, so that was kind of like my go-to. This is actually the sour ale. The wheat was a breakfast. This was just a traditional sour ale. But yeah, super good. That was my pick of the night. The last beer we had, it was a bit boozy for me, so if you ever had those whiskey or bourbon flavored chocolates, it tastes like that. Good, but a bit sweet for me as far as my liquor goes.
Oh man, it is like
You see
eating
the
a chocolate
face?
bar.
So is it 12% or what we say it was? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
It's up there. It's up there. I think it was
Right,
14,
right.
14.2.
It's boozy as hell. I mean, for a beer, you know.
So think about a normal Bud Light being around 4.5 to 5%, something like that. 14. This is what this is, so it'll get you there. It was almost the strongest beer of the night. I think that actually is the strongest.
Yeah, it was a weird night to start with the strongest beer, but
We had more of that.
honestly though,
beer
I
than
really
that
liked
one,
the
though.
idea of starting with this one though. That seemed to, I don't know. I mean, I thought it worked pretty good.
Yeah,
And it's kind of a starter, just kind of. I don't know, because it was sort of different from the other ones, but I thought it was cool, even though it is in like a Red Bull sized can.
yeah, the size of the can is kind of off-putting. I really would like it to be a big dick bottle or something like that, but
Shit, I mean at 15.6, I mean, you can't ask for too much.
dude, we've had some pretty big size bottles at like
15 or 20, yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, what do you think the most ABV we've had? Probably 17 or 18 for a beer. I mean, not counting stuff that's not beer, such as mead, because I know we've had mead that was more.
Yeah, for sure.
And the only, honestly, besides beer, what we've had on the show, we've had mead a few times.
Yeah,
but,
I've done some
but
barley
I don't
wines.
think we've ever had. Well, we've had barley wine.
I don't think we've had a braggot on.
Yeah, I think barley wine was probably the highest. Our highest ABV was probably a barley wine at like 16 or 17. I'm guessing, but but I really don't think we've had anything that wasn't beer. I don't think we've ever had wine on the show or any liquor.
No, you've done a separate show where you did like liquor chess.
Oh yeah,
like
tequila chess. That was the shit. It was really bad though because like.
You got your ass whooped.
Well, the thing is, like, as after whoever takes the first shot immediately has a disadvantage. You know.
Depends on how well they can handle
right.
their alcohol.
And then I ended up by the end of that game of chess, I ended up having taken like 7 or 8 shots of tequila.
So you were done, and your opponent was pretty good.
Ty had like 2 shots. It was some bullshit.
It's cool, Jake. Make up excuses why you got your ass whooped.
No, I mean, I lost because I suck at chess, but
you're better than some. You're better than most.
I mean,
you're better than probably the average player.
Maybe, but not the average player. But I mean, the average player is probably about as good as I am.
What's up, Amanda Northam? What's up,
Amanda? What's going on?
Yeah, so you're better than the person who has a very small grasp.
I don't want to talk about chess though.
Very small grasp on chess. You love chess.
It's my favorite. It is my favorite board game, but nonetheless.
I like Mousetrap.
I love Mousetrap. I haven't played Mousetrap in forever. Can we have a room in the house dedicated to Mousetrap? Just Mousetrap in that room.
We should do a booze and D&D episode.
I'm down. It's gonna be great. Who's DMing?
No, we need your crazy. Well, I don't know. That's a tricky
I'm also
question.
pretty fucking crazy as DM.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like you're kind of a wild person, so as a DM, it could be wild.
But it's like it affects the entire world.
You as a character, if you're just like fuck it, wild card, and you just like.
Right.
Shoot at random objects and hoping that it would ricochet and hit
that's
your
not
monster.
What I do. I wouldn't do that.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I'm a very normal D&D player. I would love to do a D&D night. We'd have to start the show early on a night like that, and get in about 4 hours to make it really a good D&D night.
So you're saying we start at like 6?
Right. We'd have to start at like 6 or 7 and just go until it's over. A D&D night that would be hard to pull off. We would also
multiple cameras.
And the other thing is we would have to not get distracted too much by comments because that would make it take way longer.
What I was thinking.
Yeah.
The DM is also the
talker.
Well, he's the producer. So the DM will also have a computer over here. So if it is your turn and you are player 1, right?
Right.
That he will hit camera 1 and hit enter. So whenever you're like, this is what I want to do, and then the camera will have a separate camera. So if we have 3 players, right? It's probably the easiest. Right. I have 3 cameras set up. 4 cameras total. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's 1 on each player and 1 on the DM.
Right.
I've got 5 or 6
You
cameras
have to have a
total.
dice roll camera. Like instead of a beer cam, you have like a little there's like a little tray, and that's where we roll the dice, and there's a camera focusing on the dice rolls.
I could have 4 or 5 cameras.
Yeah. Oh man, we'll have to work that out. That would be so much fun.
So camera 1 would be the webcam. It is the DM and it is their face. So anytime they're talking, they're sitting back from the camera, and that would be the easiest. You don't have to have a separate USB port for that. And then you would have 3 or 4 extra cameras. Heard. Ideally. Ideally you will have 3 players, so 1, 2, 3 cameras. That'll take up 3 of the USB ports. The 4th USB port will take up by your webcam.
Right.
Cake. It'd be cake. It'd be a great episode.
Oh, it'd be fun. It'd be so much fun. It'd be great. What would your character be?
I always play a bard or a cleric.
I think I would be
a cat.
No, there's like 3 characters I've been thinking about playing for a while. One of them I've been thinking about for a long time. It was originally Scott Covey's idea.
It's not a train whiz.
No, that was a good one. But now I've been thinking about being a millipede mancer for a long time.
So what do you do?
Mance millipedes.
You just bring millipedes out of nowhere?
You just summon goddamn fucking millipedes, and you're just like, oh, millipedes. And I've been wanting to do that for a while.
You're casting bugs.
Yep, millipedes.
You're a very specific bug caster.
Yep, millipedes, man.
So that kid from Naruto that can just cast out insects
I
all
don't
over
know.
the place.
No. This is
Yours is very specific.
This
just
is a
to millipedes.
This is a millipede mancer. I've been thinking about that for a while.
A pedomancer.
Yeah, I don't know.
A pedomancer.
Don't say that, please. The other one I've been thinking about is a character like Oddjob from the James from Goldfinger. You know, who just has a hat that he throws. I was kind of thinking about a guy that has he just has this awesome cowboy hat, and that's his weapon. Right.
Okay. Continue. I'm assuming you built more on the story besides this.
No, that's it. Just,
You're like, yo, I was playing GoldenEye yesterday, and I was thinking Oddjob, yo, that'd be a good character for D&D. Okay,
yeah,
what else do you want to add? That's it, bro. What else? Fuck else do you need to know? It's fucking Oddjob. He can throw a hat and kill you.
Yeah, that's the idea. He just throws hats at things. I don't know.
He'll throw a hat and he'll just cut through a line of ninjas. It'll come back to him. He'll put it on and be like, "My lady," and just walk away.
That's the idea. Yeah, he throws a hat and it kills a bunch of people, and he puts the hat back on, and it's just very badass, in a dapper kind of way. So that's one of the characters I've been thinking about.
Okay, Oddjob from GoldenEye as a fucking.
Just
as a D&D character.
Yep.
Continue.
That's it. I forgot about the third one. There was a third one originally.
Drink your beer.
What?
Drink your beer.
I am. God damn it, Brennan. I don't know. Who would you play in a D&D game? I think I'm leaning towards Millipede Mancer. Or, what if he manced millipedes with hats?
Millipedes with, you got it on your chest?
That was you. You mean you got it on me? Because
How?
You jumped down on the couch and the whole fucking thing floated into the air.
So you just use your belly as a fucking resting spot.
Yeah, because it doesn't move on its own until somebody jumps on the couch.
I'm a large man. That's what it happens. Look, watch here.
Yeah, what? Yeah, did you see it? You see the whole thing fucking splash?
You just had it resting on your belly like you're a heathen. So we're getting ready as soon as
I made it the entire episode through wearing a white shirt without spilling a drop on it. And
white,
then Brandon
white? Is it really white though?
Then Brandon spilled a drop of alcohol on it.
Is it white though?
Fuck. Not anymore.
It wasn't white before. It's off-white.
It's like an off-white. Yeah.
It's a cream. It's a light
cream.
Anyway,
and that's also your fault.
It's a mayonnaise.
It's also your fault.
What's up, Strawbsy? Strawbsy? Last time you were developing film. Yeah, today we're drinking some dankers and hanging out in Nashville, Tennessee.
Not the worst place in the world.
What's up, Wesley Edmonds?
Man, we were going to sign off.
No, we're not. We're drinking more beer.
People started showing up all of a sudden.
We're drinking more beer.
All right.
Heck yeah, we're drinking some dankers. So that beer he's drinking currently is...
sweet as fuck.
It is super sweet. It's Mocha Noir, and it is Prairie Artisanals, and it is basically, those little candies you get at chocolate that are at Christmas. They're basically chocolates with brandy or bourbon or something like that. And Germans
Did
like
anybody
them a
else
lot.
have a grandma that was just secretly an alcoholic?
That was my aunt, my German aunt. She would just she would pop those.
Right.
What is the call-in number for it? So that is my actual number. If you want
to fuck with us, you could call us.
Yeah. If you just want to call in and talk some shit, that's one of our numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We have usually one person will call in, one or two.
Yeah. No, I've had some times where people call in and talk some shit.
It's kind of fun. I mean, you never know what people are going to talk about, and
I love when people call in and troll me.
Yeah, that's
fun.
Great. I do that.
Because they'll be like, hey, I used to live out on this. They'll do a little research and they're like, I used to live out on this address and fuck this girl named something, which is usually my
No,
guest.
this was a particular.
Yeah, it's my guest's ex-wife, and he's like, yeah, I used to fuck this girl, out on this address, but I got tired of it, and he would just say some real funky shit. And it made for an interesting episode.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was in where was I for that? I was not there. I remember I was in Senjogahara.
I need you to drink that goddamn beer.
I'm trying. It's sweet as dicks.
Chug it. Sweet as dicks?
Yeah.
I never had no sweet dicks.
No, I mean it's just an expression, man.
Sure. Yeah.
It's
sweet as dicks.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, please, compliments to the chef.
No, my mom.
His baklava is as sweet as dick.
My mom used to say that. I'm just repeating what she said.
Wow, I'm having a friend phone in.
Oh shit! Here we go.
¿Qué pasa?
Hello.
How are you?
We're good. We can barely hear you. What's up?
Yo, ¿qué pasa, way? I'm chilling, brother. Chilling.
We just
How are
drinking
you?
some dankers, hanging out.
Yo, let's go, dude.
Just hanging out, having a couple, maybe some sours, maybe some stouts.
Sour stouts.
Yeah, that's some stuff. What kind of sours you drink?
I got a raspberry smash from Westbrook.
Hell yeah.
I can hear myself on the
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah. I muted. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I've heard it before. I'm actually like a radio DJ, so I'm used to people calling in and having their radio on while they're
It like
listening to the
echoes
show.
infinitely. It's kind of fun.
It does.
Yo, let's go, dude. Hold on 1 second. Let me do you a favor. Yo, 129 followers. You're reaching for affiliate, yo.
I'm reaching for $1 million. We're not really going. We're not trying to
Well,
make money. We're just hanging out and drinking beer.
One day at a time.
Yo, hanging out and drinking beer is what I do best.
That's what we're going for.
It's,
We're not trying to be super famous kind of guys. We like.
It would be nice though.
Nah, I don't really care about that.
But money.
But I don't really care about money.
But think about how much beer you could buy with lots of money.
That is a good point. I could buy a lot
Yeah,
of beer.
the more money, the more beer.
That is true, because currently the show is costing me an exuberant amount of money because I pay for everything.
Right. Yeah, he
all
pays
the
to have
beer.
me here. I won't do it for free.
Yeah.
So
I pay him mostly in blues jobs and beer.
blues jobs.
Do you like to get paid in blowjobs?
That's not what we said. That's not what we said.
We
at
said
all.
blues.
We said blues.
Blues.
Look at
Oh,
it's
oh,
a different thing.
It's definitely requires.
Oh.
It's definitely still a penis and
No,
mouth thing. But
Okay.
I thought you said I like to get paid in blowjobs, but it's all right.
no, it's cool. We said blues. It's still.
It's a common misunderstanding. They sound the same. They're almost the same thing.
It's the same penis and mouth ratio, but
Well,
it's
But in a different order. I don't know. It's
it just we church it up a bit,
honestly
we make it a little
it's-
fancier.
Honestly, it's all semantics.
You guys are a vibe for sure, man. I hope you guys are having a blessed night, dude.
Thank you.
yeah,
a,
we're,
friend
man.
a friend of mine found your stream and was like, "Hey, call this number. They're streaming." And I was like, "All right, bet. I'll call them."
yeah, we're here.
Right on. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, I'm
Nashville?
hanging out in
Yeah.
Nashville with Jake.
That's me.
Hell yeah, man.
Nashville.
I live in Atlanta.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I lived there for a while. Not a bad spot.
I live in Albany, which is like a fucking podunk little
He
town.
means like Albany, Georgia, like way the fuck down there.
I know where Albany is.
It's a
That's
shithole.
what's up, though.
Not the best place
what?
in the world.
It's a shithole, but I'm a radio DJ and I work at a brewery, so it's not too shabby.
It can't be that bad.
It's not too
There's
bad.
some good old folk down here in Georgia, man. Good home home southern folk,
Plus, in
true.
Atlanta, you guys got the Porter, which is like fucking
That's
awesome.
like the best fucking place for beer in Atlanta. That's my favorite bar.
That is the best place in Atlanta for beer.
Man, that's good.
What's it called?
The Porter.
The Porter. Oh, I don't think I've been there.
Yeah, it's in 5 Points. They have like they
Is
usually
it 5 Points?
yeah. It's next door to
Okay.
Criminal Records. They have like 800 beers different beers.
Oh shit!
They sell their
in their
beers.
cellar. Yeah, so they do a lot of vintage beer. And I mean, and honestly, and the food is incredible. I don't know. That really is one of my favorite places in the world.
No, the porter is good. During COVID, we spent lots of money on beer there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Santa Slay said, you're already famous. I would love to be famous. Well, I don't
you
think
are.
I'd
You're
like to be
already
famous.
famous.
The Santa Slays is me.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's me.
Right on.
You're talking to Santa. Today was my birthday.
Santa, well, happy birthday, Santa Slays.
Right on. Yeah.
I got a friend
I
who
appreciate that.
I got a friend who he is really weird about girls calling him daddy, so he tells them just to call him Santa.
That's even weirder.
Okay.
He's like,
Well,
yeah.
you can call me Daddy if that makes you feel better.
Oh,
What about
Santa.
Daddy? What about Daddy Santa?
Yeah, Danta.
Danta.
Yeah, so
It's
he's
like a whole new thing.
he's weird about girls calling him daddy, which I'm not, but he is. So he tells girls just to call him Santa, and I think it's mostly for shock value.
What about Papa? Is that weird?
Poppy?
Yeah,
I've been called
I
Poppy.
You have.
Papi
Yeah.
Chulo?
Yeah, you talk to enough Spanish girls, you get called Poppy. It's an inherited kind of thing.
That's weird.
You're right about that. You right. Hey, you right.
If you ain't being called Pappy, you ain't doing shit right. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
Yeah, you got something fucked up.
there's
right?
there's worse things to be called. Probably.
You boys are fucking having an incredible time, man. Pour that beer. Yo, come on, man. What's all that head? That's a lot of head on a beer.
Oh yeah, I want all that. I want to get it.
Well,
I want to get
it's-
nice and stanky. Look at that.
It is
It's a sour. I want those notes bouncing around, man.
about an inch. Is,
About an inch.
You know.
Oh, so you're looking for that out of a sour? I didn't know that.
On a
It
sour, I
depends
want
on the
to.
beer. I mean, unless you're drinking like a I don't know. I mean,
I'm not big into.
in most cases, I
beer.
feel like you probably want. I feel like in most cases, you probably want about a half inch to
About an inch is industry standard. So I mean, it's floated down a bit, but
Because a lot of the flavors in the scent. So the
I see you.
the head is where most of the scent is.
And I usually even open it up a bit. Give it a little zazz.
To be honest, though, you're calling us out, so we're having to admit to being a little bit fancy about it, but
Yeah, we're being a little
but-
bourgeois.
a little bit, but really we usually just drink it.
I gotta add some sassafras on here, a little Zatarans. You know how it is. It smells great. So this is Westbrook. So
Yo,
it's a
cheers, boys. Cheers.
Hey, cheers,
Cheers,
man.
it's a sweet tart smash up of juicy raspberry puree sour ale. It's lactose free and it's brewed in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
Oh, I've
Oh
been there.
yeah.
It's pretty good.
I've heard good things about sours, but every time I taste one, I would rather just have a lager.
I've never been much of a sour guy myself. I mean,
I like
fact-
sour candy. I like Sour Patch Kids. I like sour Skittles. So if it's sour, I'm probably gonna like
see,
it.
see, that's the thing. I love sour candy, but sour beer, I don't know. I mean, I like it all right. I'll certainly drink it.
I'm not gonna turn the beer down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not turning the beer down. No way. But I don't know. But it's not my favorite style. I mean, like, I feel like sours are kind of recently it's not recently anymore. They've been dominating the beer scene for the past 3 or 4 years. I mean, that's like
It was IPAs
that is
before
yeah,
that.
and IPAs were the real mainstream thing before that, as far as craft beer goes. But
For sure, IPAs took over the world for a while.
Yeah, they did.
It's sours now.
And yeah, now sours are doing that. And
I'm
kind
hoping
of-
that stouts will become.
Yeah, for me, like stouts and porters, brown ales, those are my favorites. I like IPAs.
I'm hoping that in
more than
5
sours.
years, hipsters are going to be sucking dick for stouts. They're going to be fiending for them. I want them
Man.
fiending for stouts.
Right.
You like, bro, I got me a chocolate fucking vanilla wafer stout, and they're like, bro, I'll suck your dick for that stout, and they're like, all right,
I'll
what's
suck
up?
your dick for that stout, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
Right.
That's the future of beer, honestly.
Yo,
stouts and porters definitely deserve more hype. I enjoy those, and honestly, like I probably prefer them over sours.
Yeah, I would agree.
No, I definitely prefer them over sours, and
We've only had one of the night.
I like the darker, more more robust flavors more than like the real tart in your face kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure, dude, for sure.
I mean, no doubt. I mean, sours are they my least favorite style? Probably not. I don't like Pilsners much.
I think Pilsners and light beers are probably my least favorite.
Yeah, I mean, light beer is probably my least favorite.
Light beers are ass. My go-tos are normally lagers.
Also, there are some really good
like
lagers.
Yuengling.
Yeah,
Yuengling's always a solid. I drank a shit ton of it when I was in Philly.
So,
yeah.
I mean, like, German-style lagers are fantastic. I mean, and, but, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to pick because, like, lagers and pilsners are those styles that can really go either way a lot of times.
So, Santa Slays, what's your favorite style? Are we to assume stouts and porters?
My favorite beer of all time is probably a lager. Second hand behind that would probably be porters.
Right.
And then I would say stout.
Where does seltzers
Seltzers are not
line?
beer. They don't count.
I mean, they're within the realm of
I don't know.
alcohol.
I mean,
so it is a beer alternative, and they've definitely, if you've noticed, a lot of breweries have picked up seltzers just because of their hype.
A lot of.
Where do you
I
sit?
drink my fair share of seltzers because of the lack of calories and the lack of
Fair enough,
fat.
yeah.
So,
That's what I've been
makes
doing.
sense,
I've
yeah.
been doing keto, so seltzers are no carbs, no sugar, just calories. Usually 80, 100 calories.
Right.
Yeah. They're definitely a good vibe, man. Especially like if you can withstand drinking some vodka, you have a vodka drink and then you move into seltzers, you're good to go, dude.
Yeah,
you pop off
right,
the night
yeah.
with a good vodka drink, and then you move into seltzers, and you're vibing for the rest of the night.
You can pace yourself pretty well with seltzers. Most of them are 4 to 5%, and you can pace yourself. So if you're drinking regular beer,
have you seen the Natural Light seltzers?
I've seen them, but I haven't had them.
I thought we had one of those on the show a while back as a mystery beer.
Natty
They're-
Days?
No,
They're
yeah, we had one of the
6%.
Natty Days. Probably pretty similar though.
The
The
Natural
Natty
Lights
Days are a different thing,
6%.
but it's still natty though.
Say again, Santa. What'd you say?
No, I've been snagging the Natural Light 12 pack for $5 a 12 pack,
That's
and they're
not bad.
6%. They're 6% alcohol.
That'll get the job done. And there's seltzers.
That'll do it.
Yeah, dude. The one I'm looking at right now is mango and peach.
Man.
It's not Natter Days though, right?
It's Natural Light seltzers. It's called Aloha Beaches
Huh.
with mango and peach.
Wow.
Yeah, they get the job done. So if you're wanting to still continue to drink alcohol, but you don't want to take in like a shit ton of calories, it's a good way to go. So Jake over here.
I like to start my night off with vodka drinks, and then I move into the seltzers, and then it's a good night.
That's fair.
Nice.
Jake does not care about calories. Jake drinks nothing
it's
but
'cause I've
soda.
never had a calorie
Jake from
before.
State Farm looks like he can handle all the calories in the world.
I know. I've never had a calorie before. Never had one.
Because he
No, I mean,
instantly
it's like
shits or pisses them out.
Jake from State Farm is super lean and in shape. He's over here reducing people's insurance policies all over the country. That doesn't
That's
do anything
true.
but burn energy and fat. So.
And I don't even have to wear khakis to do it.
He's melling out dick across the
I
states.
don't even have to wear khakis to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I literally don't. Yeah, I mean, it's
I know.
like if I have to get serious, like if I really have to sell some insurance, I put on the khakis. But
Yo,
like,
you boys are a fucking lot of fun, man. You guys
Thanks,
have
man.
a Twitter account or just Instagram?
Right now, it's just we do Facebook Live and
Facebook,
Instagram.
Live, Twitch, Instagram.
We just
yeah.
restream it out to all the things. It's just
This is our fun thing that we
I
just
just
started
I
doing a while
just followed
ago.
both of y'all's Instagram. Both the Instagrams on your panels.
thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, you can enjoy all 5 things I've ever shared. But
So Jake-
Brandon's the one that keeps this thing active.
So Jake is a guitar builder, and in like IRL in real life, he's a guitar builder and a repairman in Nashville, and he
Really?
repairs famous people's guitars. So
Well,
I don't want to name
Yo.
drop because he could get in trouble, but
Yo.
Yo,
Jake, does the name Truett Lawless or Truett Official ring a bell to you?
Truett Official?
Truett Official or Truett Lawless? Yeah.
I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. Who are they?
He's a fucking incredible electric blues guitar player that I know here in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
But I know he spent his fair share of time in Nashville touring and other parts of the country. I didn't know. I mean, he he's not like a famous guitarist by any means, but he is very, very talented. And I just didn't know if you had heard him say it.
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, God, I mean, I get all sorts of stuff across the bench every week, and
He recently started a Twitch channel.
Oh, cool.
And he's been playing blues guitar live.
I mean, I
really
do
cool.
like
Truett?
some blues. I'll definitely look him up.
you say it's Truett what?
I just typed it in chat.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Truett Official. So if I
Truett
click on that,
Official.
it'll take us to his Twitch.
Yeah, if you look up to Truett Official, you'll see his account. He's very, very new to Twitch. He's got like 70-something followers. He's about to hit affiliate, but he's an incredible blues guitarist.
Yeah,
incredible.
We have a good bit of followers, but we are trying not to be affiliates so we can still do restream. So I can stream it out because I have a lot more viewers on Facebook than I do on Twitch. At any given time, I might only have.
Oh, so that's why. Okay, you dual stream. You're streaming to Facebook right now?
Yeah, I stream to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So
Because really, this started as like us hanging
Okay,
out with friends on Facebook.
Yo, what up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? It's your boy Santa Slays, vibing with your boys' trade skills.
Santa
Right on.
Slays, yeah. So that's the reason why we haven't.
Hey, sorry to shout myself out, but goddamn.
Hey, man, do it up.
Other platforms exist.
Hey, we'll give you some silent time. Do it now. Jake and I will be quiet.
Nah, dude, shit. I was literally trolling and joking around, but
No, we
you're
gave
good,
we,
you're good,
we
man.
gave you mic time, man. Run it.
Yo, if you're serious, yo, Santa Slays at twitch.tv/Santa Slays. I'm Santa Slays on all the other platforms as well.
Nice.
We're out here doing a lot of community-based things. We are 100% community-first stream, and I appreciate any love, and I appreciate you guys letting me do that, man. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate you. That was dope.
Where'd the name come from?
So your boy used to live out in Colorado. I spent about 4 years out there.
Right on.
And towards the end of that excursion or adventure that I went on, my grandfather got diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
And I moved back to the southeast, which I told you a minute ago I'm right outside of Atlanta.
Right.
I moved back to Atlanta, and I plugged myself into a seasonal job at a mall because I needed an income. And I was working as an assistant manager on the Santa set. And I got to meet about 4 different Santa Clauses throughout a season of working at that mall. And they were all... all 4 of them were some of the coolest old motherfuckers that you ever meet in your life. Like, I'm talking about, like, one of them used to take his off time to ride his Harley around the southeast and visit all the fucking dope-ass towns. Old man, big white gray beard, driving around on a Harley, bouncing into bar after bar, vibing out as Santa Claus, doing his thing. Another
awesome.
one was he lived on a lake here in Georgia. And he was like a chiropractor, but he was super down to earth, very, very chill vibe. But long story short, I met a whole bunch of Santas, and I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, I could do what they do when I get older. And that inspired the concept of me turning one of my biggest passions, which was Twitch and video gaming, into something that could become a long-term career for myself. So I already had intentions of being Santa when I got older, and I took the concept of attempting to deal with that as like a long-term feat and I started early by starting to live stream as Santa. Your boy reached 1,000 followers, and I dyed all the hair on top of my head, all the hair on my face.
Oh,
white.
awesome. Honestly, if we reach 1,000 followers, I will dye my hair any color.
Well,
Yeah, I'm about to celebrate my 1-year anniversary on the Twitch platform, and we're about to reach 2,000 followers.
nice.
Wow, congrats.
You're
That's
you're
awesome.
you're killing us. What's one of the bad things about being on Twitch if you're not gaming is that it's super hard to be seen.
Trey Skills, you guys got to. It's Jake, and what was your name? Sorry, bud.
Brandon.
What was your name? Jake and Brandon. Brandon.
Yeah, right.
You got to reach out to the Just Chatting side of Twitch.
Right.
And like what y'all are doing right now, I know you're in the music category, but y'all aren't playing music.
Oh,
Yeah,
are
I
we
don't-
in the
you
music
should-
category?
Yeah, it shouldn't be on music. It should be just chatting.
Huh.
You
So,
should be on the
you know,
Just Chatting
I feel like sometimes we put it in music. So one of our main things is most episodes we interview somebody, and about 20% of the time who we interview is a musician. And,
Okay.
And I think, and then
No.
it should get tagged as music, but maybe it is somehow tagged as music right now.
Hold on.
But
There's a
isn't.
whole nother category on Twitch that is called podcasts and talk shows. And
Yeah.
if you're interviewing
Which
people,
does fit us the best. I don't know. That
I don't know.
does
I-
definitely fit us the best.
if you're not actually performing music, I recommend being in the talk show / podcast side or the Just Chatting side.
Right.
But I definitely think that the music side of Twitch is something that's growing very vastly, and it's being very known across the masses that the music side of Twitch exists.
Right.
It's a great place to grow, and I actually know a ton of people because of how much I enjoy the music side of Twitch. If you guys would like for me to introduce you to some people that are here live streaming music on a regular basis, I can definitely give you a handful of names.
Yeah, if you
for you
post some
guys to
stuff in the
check out.
chat, I mean, we're happy to look people up. I mean, that's
Yeah, we
it's
already
kinda fun.
already pulled up the Truett official guy.
Yeah, I've got it on my screen over here.
Well,
Actually.
no, Truett Official is just like the beginning of. That's the tip of the iceberg. He's very new to all this. I have
Right.
people on the music side of Twitch that I've been following for months that have thousands of followers.
Right. Yeah. Right on.
If you want me to start listing off people, I can type them into your chat if you would like for me to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By all
and-
means. Yeah.
So
I mean,
what
we'll
we'll do
definitely look them
is
up.
Jake will pull them up on his. We've got two computers, so Jake will pull it up on his over here.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
There's not supposed to be a space in that. That's one word.
Oh, you're good.
Heavenly Renya,
Rena?
Renya, Renya, Reyna.
Heavenly Raina. She's very, very talented. She's on the same Twitch team as I am. Bad Girl Rhea, she's incredible as well. My man.
I totally would have
Jeff-
called that Ray Ray. I guess I pronounced shit wrong. Bad girl Ray Ray. It's probably my pre-diagnosed kind of hey,
I
that
found
girl's
her Instagram.
yeah, that girl's actually really easy on the eyes.
Who, Heavenly Raina? Yeah.
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 I like her red hat.
She is. That's Jeff Rosen Acoustic. Heavenly Raina. Give me a second, dude. I
There's
got
Jeff Ross and Acoustic.
Jeff Rawson.
JEFF. ROSEN.
Yeah, Jeff Rosen Acoustic. I might have spelled acoustic wrong because I'm a big dummy.
It's cool. I spell like shit too.
I found him.
Yeah, Brandon, brother. I recently had a really good friend of mine from high school of the name Brandon pass away on me. Not to like bring the mood down or anything, but I was just
No
kind of
worries.
stating a fact.
Right.
Here's another one.
CANLA.
Yeah, CANLA. They're a duo. They do this together, and they're both very, very talented. Julie Go Live is another one. Guys, like I'm telling you, I spend a lot of time on the music side of Twitch.
So, since you spend so much time on the music side, what brought you to our side?
Well, we're tagged as music
You're-
somehow.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
A friend of mine a friend of mine found you.
Straubsy?
And said, hey,
Straubsy?
Straubsy found you and said, "Hey, go hit these people up." Which she's an angel. She's a complete and utter angel.
Oh, that's a girl. Okay.
Yeah. She's absolutely amazing.
Right.
Tyson Leslie, dude, I'm giving you a list of people.
My man KVZ.
I haven't even got that far. I can definitely put KVZ on there. I'm doing a couple of these people, the last 3 that I put, Julie through Insomniac, they're all live right now. Let me get KVZ in there because he's amazing too. KVZ live. Dude, these are just all people on the music side of Twitch that I enjoy, and I imagine you guys would too, to a certain extent. Obviously.
Yeah, we'll definitely listen to them.
Yeah, we got it all here, and then I'll end up doing a lot of adding as well.
Right. Yeah.
But I would love to see you guys do successful things, man. You guys are vibing out. You seem like some really good people. You're having some drinks, trying to have a good time.
Well, it's at the moment. So I live in Nashville. Brandon still lives in Georgia.
I'm in the process of moving to Tennessee.
And so I moved here a few months ago. My old house in Georgia burned down, and so I was like, whatever, I'll take a job in Tennessee, and so I moved up here.
So I'm trying to move here, and we're building a studio, and we're gonna kind of do this.
Well, we're gonna get a house and have like a little studio space in the house where we can run this full time, I guess, because not full time, but run in the same space is what I mean. Because it's always kind of been like a hobby for us. We've been doing it for almost 2 years, I guess. I don't know.
There's Straubsy. How do you even pronounce that?
Yeah.
Straubsy.
Straubsies.
You can end at the end.
It's like a strawberry kind of, but like.
Yeah, she's a redhead.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
I do like me some redheads.
Strawberries.
Hey.
Are strawberries red?
Strawberries are red.
She's an angel. She's an angel. That's another music artist that I just put, Miriamber.
Miriamber.
She's live right now as well.
So, I guess like the main dynamic of our show back when I lived in Georgia was that we would interview somebody every week.
Just like somebody we found like locally skilled and unique.
Yeah, like somebody local to our community who had some sort of like skill. Like
So-
we had blacksmiths on.
Yeah.
Blacksmiths, bow builders, brewers, musicians.
Yeah, and that was the
wow,
idea
okay,
originally.
okay.
That's why
You guys you're definitely going to be on the talk side, the talk show side of Twitch.
Yeah, we really should be. I don't know why we're not.
It's because you moved away and it's just me now.
And it's just too much to handle. I understand.
So next week we have Broken Heart Bakery in Albany, and we're talking to the owner of the Broken Heart Bakery. We're going to talk about what she does, and her boyfriend owns or I think he works at a what are they called?
He's an assassin.
No, he's not an assassin.
He's a hitman. That's what he told me. He may not.
He's a music producer, so he works.
He told me he was a hitman.
He's in Atlanta, and he's a music producer, and he produces music for a lot of famous people. I don't know.
He told me he was a hitman.
I feel like every YouTube or every person in Atlanta that's a producer says they work with everybody famous, but that's what he does.
He told me he killed Kennedy.
He did kill Kennedy, even though he died 20 years before he was born 20 years before Kennedy died.
Anyway.
He did kill Kennedy.
He did. It was this whole fucking Umbrella Academy, travel back in time, shoot a Kennedy kind of situation.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Umbrella Academy, please God, get on it.
The first season was better than the second season.
I watched season 1. I need to see season 2.
Season 2 was okay.
Season 2 was amazing.
Right.
Dude, I'm behind on all TV and all series. My time is spent here on the Twitch platform, man. I spend 90% of my time watching other streamers and other content creators.
So do you do a lot with Patreon and not Patreon.
A friend of mine turned me on to Patreon, and I've recently looked into it, and I intend to set one up here in the next handful of weeks. I got a lot of other things going on with my channel that Patreon is going to get put on the back burner at the immediate moment, but it's definitely something I'm looking into. It's definitely something that I plan to incorporate. Patreon and what they do for us as content creators is very, very big. It's an absolutely incredible thing. Somebody just Stella Ford, what? Stella Fortuna.
Oh, what's up?
Stella Fortuna.
Yeah, I produce her show on Tuesday. She's a tarot card reader.
Oh yeah, I knew that word.
She just followed me. Thank you, Stella. Thank you, Stella. If you can hear.
Oh yeah, she has a show on Tuesdays. Tarot card. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll have one tomorrow night.
Stella Fortuna just dropped me a follow. I appreciate that.
I did as well. I thought I did it from Twitch.
Did we?
I did.
I didn't see yours come through, but it's all right. It's all good.
We'll find you.
Either way,
yeah. So most weeks I'm only on the show occasionally right now. I used to be on every single week, but usually it's Brandon interviewing somebody because we're kind of in limbo while he's working out moving up to Nashville, if that makes sense.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Yo, I appreciate you, Brandon. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no worries. What's the other one everybody's been using recently? Discord. Do you do it all at Discord?
Discord.
I 100% have a Discord. If you are trying to actively grow a community through these live streams, I 100% suggest starting yourself a server because what I use Discord for is a way for all the people that I meet and all the people that join and follow my community, the people that are highly interested in staying involved with me and the things that I have going on. That's where we keep in touch. That's where I make announcements. That's where I reach out to my core community. It's a very, very incredible tool. And if y'all haven't dived into it and learned about it, I recommend taking a couple hours one day to create yourself a server and do some research. If you need my help, feel free to reach out to me. Bro. I would love to help.
I created an account on Discord, but whenever I went into it, it was just so daunting and it wasn't very intuitive.
It's a lot. It's very overwhelming. And if you don't understand really what Discord's all about, you're not going to understand what you're supposed to be trying to do.
That's pretty much how it went.
I had one years ago for D&D.
Brandon, dude.
Because I'm a nerd.
Fuck, dude. Let me see. What's the best way for us to keep in touch? Yo, I added you on Instagram on both, man. DM me on Instagram, and when you have time to maybe look at Discord, shoot me a message, and I don't mind helping you kind of learn how to start a server and explain to you in depth what Discord's all about. It's a great tool, though, bro. You guys should 100% start yourself a server. If you're on that many platforms streaming, you can draw people from each platform to one specific place, and that being Discord. So, like, everybody that you draw from YouTube, everybody you draw from Facebook, everybody you draw from Twitch, make them all collaborate and meet in Discord, and then grow that Discord community as strong as you can. It's definitely like take those other platforms to push towards that one specific place, and then everybody's in one place, and that's where you can keep in touch, man.
Right.
We pulled up your Instagram after you said you followed me. I went ahead and pulled it up, so we were looking at your the white beard and the mustache.
Yo, so that the most recent post I put on there was something I'm very proud of. It's a 59-second video. If you would like to watch it now, feel free. I essentially did a fundraiser for something that my nephew suffers from called SMA, which is spinal muscular atrophy.
Yeah, I see a little man.
And me and my community raised $2,365 that I got to hand to my older brother for them to put towards all of his expenses on a monthly basis. They're going to use that money to either build him an aquatic therapy pool, or put it towards a new mechanical chair for him that is larger that he will be able to grow into.
Wow.
But yeah, man, I recently got that edited from somebody that is very, very talented.
Wow. Nice. Yeah. Crowdsourcing is pretty huge now. For like funding things, I had an experience with that, kind of. I mean, it's not quite the same thing, but
When your house burned down.
well, yeah. Like, so we did a fundraiser online when my house burned down.
You lost everything.
Well, not everything really, but I mean,
Your whole house burned down.
I mean, we lost a lot of material possessions when that happened, and anyway, we did. Somebody suggested a crowdsourcing campaign, and it did raise. It raised money, and the main thing was that we heard a lot from just everybody, and it's like it was
People you wouldn't think that were looking out for you.
right, yeah, and the support from so many different people was kind of overwhelming, and that was that was what was really cool about it.
I mean, Jake was on an episode like shortly after his house had burnt down, and this thing was created for him.
Yeah.
He was almost crying on an episode. He was a little misty, I'm going to be honest. He's a little teary-eyed.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably like it too.
I mean, that was an emotional little bit, though. I mean, like, but I don't know. But like, I guess what I'm saying is that I feel like crowdsourcing really seems to get a lot done these days online.
Well, for sure.
And so, it's, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just have a new respect for it ever since my own personal experience. So, it's good to see it. I don't know.
Used for a positive.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, it's just, I guess I just never really noticed it before, almost. But it's good to see that, like,
it's getting used for something
well, right,
positive.
yeah. I mean, I didn't realize, how good, how good the internet can be to other people. In like an actual, like, in like a way that like kind of matters. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at the Santa Sleighs page.
Oh right, yeah. Oh yeah, we've got you pulled up now.
We got the pre-dyeing of the beard.
Right.
You guys are too fucking dope, man. If you scroll down far enough, you see what it looks like before I died.
Oh yeah,
we
see
found
it.
it. Yeah.
The pre-dying.
Yeah.
It's dude, this is what I do. I've spent the last year of my life fully 100% indulged and invested into being a content creator, and I'm still a long way away from this being a full-time thing for me.
Right.
Right.
But I have no doubt in my mind that one day I will be able to do this full-time and not be able to have to worry about anything else but my content creation and my community and the people that support me, focusing
Right.
on what the next big thing for us as a group to do and stuff like that. So
Right.
my plans are to turn into an IRL streamer. I actually, like, believe it or not, I purchased a travel trailer.
Cool.
That needs a handful of work done to it, about $3,000 worth of work.
Wow.
And sometime within the next year, my goal is to invest back into that travel trailer that I purchased and get it road ready. And then my goal is to travel around and meet the people that I've met over the past. Well, by that point, it'll be 2
Oh,
years.
that'll be cool, and you'll meet so many people that you can talk
Yeah,
to.
bro, I'm trying to come to Nashville to meet you, Jay.
Hey, yeah. Well, if you in a couple months, Brandon's gonna live here too, in Nashville,
Yeah.
and
Bro.
I'll
You
be
know,
here by then.
I promise you guys, we would have a good fucking time.
oh, we really would, yeah, we
Yeah.
totally. And yeah, I mean, I love the idea of like meeting people, through through this kind of stuff.
Are you is it very iconic for you to have this this red hat?
grandpa hat?
The
Yeah,
the newsy cap.
Yeah, it's a newsy or a cabbie hat. I have a few different colors. I got the red and white one. I got the solid black one.
I see that.
A
My granddad. My granddad really did have one of those. He had a it was like black and gray. I remember it.
Yeah, that's definitely something that like it's just a look that works, and I
Right.
vibe with it.
So it says just an old man gamer, but I guess in relation to the other gamers.
I put all the old man comments on that stuff. It's just there, you know.
Yeah, I feel like you're still a young cat, man, especially by looking at some of your pictures.
I'm 33.
So I got 4 years on you, so you're not quite an old man.
I'm 27.
Jake's a BB.
Yeah.
We got fundraiser February. You killing some folks?
Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense. I'm sure there's clips on there, but the future of what I have going on is very different from what I started out doing. But that's just because Twitch is not only evolving, but like my channel's evolving.
Right.
The world of live streaming is becoming something new. My goal is to be an IRL streamer. I want to stream my day-to-day life.
Right.
And have my community hang out with me while I live my day-to-day life. Obviously, there'll be days that are way more entertaining than others, but my goal is to just be at a point where I can do just about any fucking thing and have people come do it with me.
So
I was kind of interested in doing that a little bit.
it'd be something like that Jim Carrey movie. What was that?
Truman Show.
Truman Show.
It's the Truman Show.
Except you're aware of it.
Except for I'm very aware of it.
Right.
I'm making it happen. Yeah.
Right.
So do you think there will be this transition from Twitch to where it's less about gaming and just more about people?
Oh, 100%. Dude, it's already happened. Go pull up a fresh. Do you have a computer in front of you?
Yeah, we've got 3 in front of us.
Yeah, pull up a fresh Twitch tab and then browse the Twitch channel.
So Twitch was originally designed for just people streaming video games, and when we started out possibly 2 years ago, we were kind of the oddbirds because nobody else was really streaming what we were streaming, and nobody really cared about
there
it.
There weren't too many beer tastings out there, and
most people
at
that
our core, what we know about is beer, so we are kind of
most people that came into the show were not watching what we were watching. Most people were
Right.
coming on there for Fortnite and Call of Duty and shit like that, so we didn't really have a lot of viewers.
100%. It's evolving. The
Right.
Twitch is changing drastically, and in my opinion, it's changing for all the right reasons and in a positive direction.
Right.
It's opening the doors for a lot of talented artists, whether it be actually like drawing art or somebody putting makeup on and calling it art, or someone doing editing for YouTube videos
Yeah.
and other
No matter-
events. Them showing that live how they go through the process and calling it art, like this is a platform that's evolving, and you guys diving in now, you're ahead of the game, 100%.
No matter what you're into, you can find something, or in the future, you will be able to find something that is.
You will be able, yeah, 100%.
I mean, I think if you're just kind of having fun with what you're doing, and and you're showing other people that you're having fun, other people want to have fun too.
So
I mean, so it's
when we originally created this,
Yeah.
we didn't really go into it to make any kind of money. There was lots of really, really cool people in our town that were kind of under the radar that nobody knew about. We had blacksmiths in town that were on, History Channel and Discovery Channel. We had, Field and Stream. We had.
They like make swords and shit?
Yeah. They made them on. They were been on Man at Arms and Forged in Fire. I mean, we've had a bowsmith that's been on like Field and Streams. That's like one of the biggest bow builders on the East Coast. Like people who live in your hometown that are super skilled that nobody knows about. We wanted to talk to them and talk about what they do and drink a beer with them.
That's important to us.
If that's the kind of thing you're into, let me send you another name.
Okay.
Because this guy does essentially what y'all are talking about trying to accomplish, but he does this strictly focused on content creators and Twitch streamers. But
Right.
you can use that name to go watch some of his content to be able to incorporate some of the ideas and concepts behind the platform of his show towards the audience that y'all are trying to interview. But long story short, Moms Online interviews Twitch streamers and other content creators. And he does it on the music side of Twitch. He does it on the gaming side of Twitch.
Moms Online?
His name is Moms Online.
That's a weird name. It sounds like a MILF site.
It's not. It sounds like it, but it's not. He hosts a stream that focuses on interviewing content creators. And I promise you that if y'all are interested in actually pursuing wanting to interview other people outside of Twitch that y'all believe that need to be seen by a larger audience, his platform and his production and the way he goes about approaching the interview is very, very well thought out, because it's based off of an old show called Inside the Actors Studio.
Yeah, I remember that.
He renamed it. Yeah, so he renamed it and calls it Inside the Streamer Studio, which is basically like him ripping off the platform of Inside Actor Studio and then focusing it all on streamers. But it's very good, man. Once again, that's another member of the stream team I'm on.
Is he like an Asian guy?
Asian dude, yeah, he's Asian.
Oh yeah, we found him. Yeah, okay.
Really good dude, though. I promise you.
He's a cool outfit, actually.
Yeah, I love this whole, like, him interviewing somebody through a streaming platform, because we've never actually done that before, and I don't even know how to go about that. I'm actually using OBS, like original OBS, so people have been telling me I'm kind of outdated with that, because there's a lot of the widgets and a lot of the special things that people use these days that I'm not using. And people were telling me I should use Streamlabs and...
I mean, dude, if you'd like to have a conversation about the tech side of things, I'd love to do that, but not when we're on a call like this. I would want to be able to pull up my screen and show you, and I want you to be able to pull up your screen and show me. But you can do all of that sort of thing through Discord. The more familiar you get with Discord, the more you'll realize how incredible of a tool it is for what you're trying to do.
Right.
Discord's huge.
I created a profile, but it's so daunting and so overwhelming that I don't even know where to start on there.
Well, let's sit down one day and let's work through it. I don't mind helping you.
Yeah, and you're in Atlanta, man. It's not like you're in North Carolina. Or it's not like you're in like California or NoCal or.
Brandon, Brandon's driving through Atlanta tomorrow. He goes through all the time.
Yeah. I definitely don't mind helping you, brother.
Yeah, there's a lot I don't know about it.
I don't think 1:15 in the morning on a Monday night is the time to start. But I definitely
That is true. It's only 12:15 here.
That's true. But how's
it 12:15 in Nashville?
I don't know, but
it's just a little outside.
It is an hour difference. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but whatever. It's kind of weird because it feels like it's directly north, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. It feels like it's right up north, but it's actually a little.
It's actually an hour off. Yeah.
It's right across that line. That line that goes right across Georgia?
Oh man, I have a story about that line. Me and.
Is this about your beach trip?
Yes, where I time traveled.
He time traveled. All right.
No, I remember you were making fun of me because I told it wrong, and it sounded like I thought I time traveled, and you were like, "Jake, you didn't time travel."
You just said you time traveled.
I'm remembering how you thought I time traveled, and it was funny. So I went on this beach trip, right? And the beach we went to was like in the Panhandle, and it was like apparently like right on the border of this line, right? And so I don't know. So like we go down there, and I'm like, and we're like, we have to leave in 2 hours or something. And I'm like, I'm going to walk to that pier over there, and it's a really long walk, and I walk to this pier, and the time changes, And I look at my phone and I'm like, son of a bitch, I'm out of time. I have to get back. And I like run for like 30 minutes because I thought everybody was waiting on me. And I get back and...
You were an hour early.
Yeah, and I was an hour early. And like, and much less time had passed. And I think the way I told it to Brandon is like, I don't know. I may have been drunk at the time.
Jake was straight up feeling like he was Doctor Who or something, traveling through fucking time.
Let me tell this. So I think I remember how I told this is like, dude, we arrived at the beach at 1:15, and we were like, yeah, we got to get back in the car at 2 and get out of here. And I was like, okay, sounds good. And so I went to the pier, and I get to the pier, and it's like 2:45, and I'm like, son of a bitch, I have to get back. And I ran all the way back for like 45 minutes, and I got back, and it was like 1:20. And I was like, how did that happen? And Brandon was like, so you time traveled for like 45 minutes? And I was like, yeah, I guess.
It's like a bad Alex teacher.
It's a very Jake thing to say.
That's it's not what happened. It really it was. I thought I had been gone for 2 hours, and then like I ran back, and I don't know. It was really weird. That's the only time I've ever walked across a time zone and my phone changed to a new time zone, and it confused me.
That's a mind fuck for sure.
Yeah, it was interesting. That was I don't know. It's hard to it kind of has to happen to you for you to really like, you know what I mean? It was interesting.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I've never experienced that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was weird. But I don't know. Did I time travel or not?
You did.
I did.
You did. You're a fucking time traveling genie.
He's a Doctor Who. He had a fucking...
Yo, guys, if you didn't know, Jason State Farm's capable of anything.
Right. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Shit.
Here, put the password in for your internet.
Oh, for my internet.
I don't know it.
You don't know it.
Not on this phone.
Oh man, I have the best Wi-Fi.
Yo.
Right. So it's.
Is it Ratatouille?
No, it's.
What's
it's,
up?
I'm gonna finish this drink with you guys, and then I'm gonna call it a night.
What are you drinking?
Sounds good.
I'm actually having one of those natural light seltzers.
Oh, right on.
He's watching his calories. I get it.
Nice.
Which
All
one
right,
is
so
it?
covet not the neighbor's Wi-Fi, and the password is John Wilkes Bluetooth.
Any capitals?
No, all one word.
John Wilkes.
Bluetooth. My Wi-Fi password is silly.
That's it?
There's an E in Wilkes.
WILKES?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so if you guys come to Nashville and you're coming near this area, you have free Wi-Fi just based on this episode. You look back on it.
No, steal it. Go ahead. I don't care.
John Wilkes Bluetooth.
John Wilkes Bluetooth across all of Nashville. Heard. Got it.
Yep. Just search around until it connects, and you're good to go.
Yep. And then I'm going to start knocking on doors saying, hey, does Jake live here?
Jake would love that, actually. Jake would love that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of funny. Honestly, to tell you the truth, my work schedule is like insane these days. So probably if you knock on the door, no one's gonna answer. But
well, that's rude. I'll just sit on your front porch.
Well, if you sit on my front porch, I'll get back and I'm like, oh, has this person been waiting for me for hours? And then I'll be,
I'll just be using your Wi-Fi for inappropriate things. Like
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, just
that's
let it
fine.
happen.
I don't mind. I mean,
Is it really inappropriate? With our company, it's not really inappropriate.
You wouldn't believe the things I've used my Wi-Fi for.
His Russian bride should be here shortly.
Right, yeah. It was actually cheaper. She was actually cheaper than I thought she would be.
You got her from the Ukraine, and she was discounted from the Ukraine.
Well, right. So if you buy a Russian bride in the Ukraine, it's a little bit cheaper than if you buy her from. I don't want to get into the details of it. But it depends. If you're buying a Russian bride, you should buy them from. I mean, you really should pick your company right because. I don't know. It's a long story. And honestly, it's not all about Russian brides these days.
It is all about Russian brides.
But Eastern Europe has a lot to offer.
Twitch was built off of Russian brides.
Right. Well, I don't know. I swear, I have the ability to ramble about anything.
That's okay. That's what makes this show great. That's why I love coming back to Nashville and having an episode with you, because usually I'm by myself and I'm interviewing somebody and they're so straight-laced and serious that it's not so interesting. So having your unique and autistic banter is awesome.
Brandon, if you're ever interested in lining up a handful of content creators, not only would I be willing to do it, but I know a list of people that would as well.
Oh, that'd be a fun.
So what, like having
for your own content? Yeah, for your own content, and if you're looking to get a wider variety of the interviews that you produce or whatever, I definitely have a list of people that not only would I recommend, but I'd be willing to do it as well. So if you're ever interested, feel free to reach out, brother. I'm super down to earth, dude, and I'm very thankful to have stumbled across you guys tonight. You guys should thank Strobsy for finding me. She's the queen. She is 100% the queen. And she finds incredible streams for me to check out on a regular basis.
Right on.
Well, yeah, I added her and you tonight. I followed both of you. Because both of y'all have been cool as shit. She hasn't called up yet. I need her to call up sometime if she's brave enough.
She's on the phone. I mean, she can.
Oh yeah, she's the occasional like echo laugh in the background.
She's the girl we hear from now and then.
Yeah. Can you say something?
Like earlier when I said grandpa hats.
Yeah,
I heard,
strawberry, you ain't shit.
I heard there was a laugh in there. Yeah.
I was waiting on to hear her say something, but she never did.
Right.
She said, "What's up, boys?"
What up?
What it? Yeah, I'm glad you guys both have checked out the show, and I gave both of you guys a follow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's this show is we've met a lot of interesting people through it. Had a lot of really interesting experiences from interviewing people or having people just kind of drop in. So it's been nice.
Yeah, I even put my number on. This is my own personal number, and I invite people to call in to either talk about the show or just call in and talk some shit. I
sold it to telemarketers.
I enjoy it. I talk to them. I speak to them in Japanese. What little bit of Japanese I know.
Yeah,
you answered it speaking in Spanish today.
That's true. I'm never sure who is going to answer. So.
Right. Yeah. I sell his number to every telemarketer I can find.
There's no telling. I'll start in any language because I'm not sure. I speak a little bit of a lot of languages, and I'm not sure who's going to respond. So I answer
in that. You just kind of you just think it's cool to answer in a random language.
Why? Only the telemarketer would know. It's not like I'm getting cool points anywhere.
Okay, that's true. Honestly, if you're a telemarketer and they answer in any language other than.
It's not like they're marking me down like, that's a cool guy. Let's mark him off the list.
Well, that's fair. No,
I'm
it's
like,
not the telemarketer who thinks you're a cool guy. It's you who think you're a cool guy.
No, I do it because if I respond and I'm like, buongiorno, and I hear, hi, the warranty on your car is getting ready to expire, I'll hang up. But if I hear somebody be like, hello? And I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, if I hear an actual person, I'll respond in English, but only after I throw out like a Russian or a Japanese,
I
response.
only answer a phone call if they call me twice in a row. I literally block everything else.
Is that why you never answer my calls?
Yes.
I never call more than once.
I mean, I don't even, as long as you've known each other, I'm not even sure I have your number saved.
That's fair. We've known each other for a long time.
More than 10 years.
Hey, Brandon, if it makes you feel better, bro, I'm locking your number in right now under Brandon Trade Skills.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
But,
bro, yeah. One up on you, Jake from State Farm.
All right.
Is that
you got me there?
Is that ballsy to put my own phone number on the show?
Nah, it's fine.
Put it right here.
You can block anyone.
Yo, honestly, Brandon, dude, I'm pretty sure that you're like very original with doing that. But I also think that there's a way for you to add an app to your phone that gives you a fake phone number that allows you to do that for free. And then you could put a number that's not your actual personal phone number on
so
there.
So we could still have a dial-in number, but
you 100% could do what you're doing right now, get the same results without putting your own personal phone number out there.
Right, that makes sense.
I'll run it till the wheels fall off. Until I get like abusive phone calls, I'll keep running it.
Honestly, I mean, I spend most of my phone calls blocking.
I will do my thing.
Blocking telemarketers anyway. So I mean, I feel like phone numbers are not really private information that much anymore.
No, they're not. They're not. You're right.
But
you're right.
Nonetheless,
if I didn't constantly get calls from State Farm asking me to change my insurance policy,
it's not my fault. It is though. That's me. I masterminded that.
That joke's gotta be old by now. I'm sorry.
It is.
He mastered.
No, I really did. I actually did throw out all of my khakis. I can't. You can't wear them anymore if your name is Jake.
You can't wear them. If your name's Jake, you're not allowed to wear khakis.
No, you really, truly can't. It's a little painful. I liked khakis.
That's because you got that big old devil dick. That's why it's hard to fit those in khakis.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's hard to fit khakis in any kind of, fit some devil dick in some khakis. If you had just a normal one, that'd be all right. But when you got a milk dick like yours,
Brandon.
Is there somebody calling me right now?
Like a goddamn tripod, Jake.
What?
He is. That's his nickname.
It's a really. This is a reference to a much older stream where, 7 or 8 months ago, where we were playing with pepper spray, and
Jake touched his dick and then burned his dick up.
Yeah, it was really bad, and they called me Devil Dick Jake for like months.
Or Milk Dick Jake because we told him to put his dick in milk.
And I was like, absolutely not, because I'll never hear the end of it. And they were like, well, you're already never going to hear the end of it. And I was like, fuck.
I was like, Jake, having the nickname Devil Dick Jake is not a bad nickname.
Yeah, that's not that bad. I'll accept that.
There's nothing wrong with being Devil Dick Jake.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly acceptable. But shit. I don't know. That was a weird experience.
You guys are fucking awesome, dude.
Man, I've had a great time. Honestly, I think pretty shortly we're gonna sign off as well.
I might change Jake's name in the show to Devil Dick Jake.
You can. That's fine. I will own that moniker. Listen, Brandon
and
Bumio.
I'm going to. I'll wear devil horns.
At one point, so when Jake had a wood shop right before his house burned down, I convinced Jake to glue a wooden mustache to his face.
Oh man, I forgot about this.
The whole episode, Jake had basically super glued his wooden mustache to his face.
He convinced me to carve a mustache out of wood and then glue it to my face with super glue. And I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But like after, my problem is it's like I become more and more impressionable after every beer.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen more. It's happening more.
Yo, Jake, do me a favor. Finish that sour real quick before you finish your story.
Okay.
I know, he's nursing that bitch, right?
Yeah, finish it before you finish your story, and then we'll talk about it.
Sorry. My man. Get his ass. Don't let him slip.
I made all kinds of random stuff to wear in the early days of this. We did I made glasses one night. I made a full beard another night. What else did we make?
Yo,
I don't remember.
Cheers, Brandon.
You worked on your guitar for a bit.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't count.
Different episodes where you built guitars and.
Well, I mean,
built various parts of the process of building a guitar.
I mean, we did that a little bit. This was back before it was easy to get people to interview, but like, we're much better known on Facebook, like among our friends in our hometown. You know what I mean? It's like. It's just easier because people drop in not because we're doing something that they're interested in, but because they're our friends and they're supportive, and then they become interested in it as they watch it. And and so
Twitch has always been a harder nut to crack.
It really, it has been. I mean, because we have way more followers on our Facebook. But
that's understandable. But how many people do you have watching you live on Facebook right now?
Nobody right now. But like
currently one on Facebook.
But typically we go live at 10 in Eastern time. Typically we'll float somewhere between 10 and 20 for like 2 hours.
Okay.
We'll have double to triple the viewers on Facebook. That's the reason why I haven't gone through like becoming an affiliate, because I have so many viewers on Facebook that
we had that one episode where we got 1,500 people with the axe throwing bar.
Yeah, we'll do by the end of our video on Facebook, we'll have 200 to 300 viewers on Facebook,
and
through an episode, and so,
but that's it's easier it was always easier for us to kind of meet people in our hometown, I guess. Like a lot of people already knew us.
You're pulling your own personal Facebook audience.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And it's like we have the advantage of being able to meet people in real life and say, "Hey, we're doing this thing. Come watch," or we could interview you. You know what I mean?
For sure. No, for sure.
Right.
I understand completely where the people that like create content on Facebook and like why they stay there and they enjoy being there.
Right, and the fun of it.
They built the foundation there.
Right, and the fun of it is the people anyway, and and so it's like if we're.
But for you guys, y'all have something unique going on. You're not the average content creator.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, honestly, we just do what we do, and which is kind of what we've been doing since the beginning. We just kind of hang out and banter back and forth, and we try and have some unique stuff every now and then where we'll interview people or do something, and but sometimes it's just me and Brandon talking. And
we're cutting watermelons with katanas.
We did that once. That was that was funny. Brandon was like, "Jake, I got these really shitty swords. We need to break them." And I'm like, "Why? Can we please take this seriously?" And he was like, "No," and we can't. And so he brought in a bunch of fruit, and I was like, "Brandon, look, this is my workbench. This is where I work like 30 hours a week. It's a serious place, and I'm okay with this like interviewing people here, but can we not cut fruit in half with swords?"
That was the best episode we've ever had.
It was good for a little while, because like
after
I did it like once, and I was like, this isn't so bad, and then I was like, man,
he started just decimating his workbench with this.
No, it was bad. I was like,
katana.
I need more fruit, Brandon. I need things to cut in half with a katana. It was bad. I'm not sure why I brought that up. I don't remember the motive there.
It was just Jake just plowing into his workbench with a cheap ass katana.
There's still like scars on that workbench from that.
Either way, I think we stayed an hour and a half over what we usually go over.
Yeah, we
Santa Sleigh,
boys,
straw.
We've been on the phone for an hour.
Yeah, man, it's been great.
It's really great to fucking meet you guys. Y'all are fucking incredible, dude.
Thanks, man.
I want to help you guys any way that I can in the future. Please, Brandon, seriously, like when I tell you, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Hit me up, dude. For real. I will help you with Discord. I will answer any questions you have about live streaming. I legitimately will help any way I can.
When do you usually go live?
So I'm currently in the process of switching from a thing that you talked about earlier called Streamlabs.
Right.
I'm switching from Streamlabs to regular OBS Studios.
That's what I use.
You use OBS Studios now?
Just a regular, it looks like a yin and yang kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
It's a little more. It's kind of like a Ubuntu or.
It's like a peace sign that's worked. But yeah, dude. So yeah. I'm in the process of switching OBS softwares, and I normally would be streaming tomorrow night and Thursday night, but I'm taking both of those nights off to square away all the nonsense that like all my loose ends with my transition. But
Right.
I'm coming back Friday night at 11 p.m. for a 24-hour stream. I'll be going live
Damn.
11
Holy
on
shit.
Friday night through 11 on Saturday night. If you guys wanted to tune in sometime in that 24-hour period, I will be there.
I'll be working probably, but I'll have my phone up and I'll definitely pop in and out. So what is
For
what
sure,
is the
for
I'll
sure.
do it. I'll drop
but that's
in.
not my. Say what? I'm sorry. I cut you.
I was gonna say what's the perk of going from something like Streamlabs or OBS?
So the customization. So Streamlabs is like your entry level OBS software. It is very simple to excuse me. It's very simple to set up. It's very simple excuse me, to use. OBS is definitely more in depth and more advanced with what's capable within the software. You guys have a very straightforward platform when it comes to like stuff that you're kind of trying to create. So it's different from the type of things that I'm trying to incorporate with my stream. But I want one of my streams to feel more like a full-on production. I want it to feel like a show.
Right.
Versus,
I see what you mean.
So did you find that?
I'm learning camera tricks. I'm learning graphics. I'm learning trippy effects. I'm learning all sorts of new things that are easier to apply through OBS Studios versus Streamlabs. And so the reason why I'm transferring over is because I want to be able to do more advanced stuff, just to entertain an audience on a different level. So yeah, I'm in the process of just learning something new. But Friday night will be my first stream with all the new content. So if you guys do decide to tune in, everything that y'all will be seeing will be fresh and it'll be new compared to what I've used in the past.
Sweet.
So I'm definitely looking forward to all the changes that are happening.
Right on. Well, I could probably drop in
We're still learning.
Friday. I mean
about
shit,
to-
it's 24
I'm about
hours.
to
I'll be
stop.
off work some of that time.
Even though I'm
I
still
would
very
imagine
new, there's
that
still.
Nobody works
Sorry, go ahead.
24 hours. I was saying I imagine not everybody works 24 hours.
Yeah,
straight.
no. No.
I mean,
I don't think I've ever done 24 hours.
Even with this show's only a 2-hour show, but we still have people pop in and out. That's kind of like the nature of when you do shows like this. People have other shit to do.
For sure.
They'll pop in. They'll, put some clothes in the laundry,
Oh, yeah.
watch our show some, eat a couple, watch our show.
Yeah, I mean, I used to when I first moved to Nashville, I would watch Brandon on the show, while I was working, so it's, so I'm like only half paying attention. A lot of people, for our stuff, will kind of half pay attention. Sometimes they get interested and comment, and then we'll entertain them.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we'll just kind of talk, which is, I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
sort of talk back and forth and shit.
Of course.
Well, right on. I'll try and drop in Friday. I'm pretty sure I can do it. It shouldn't be hard.
So I'm trying to look back. So whenever I opened up Twitch and went to your page and Straubsey's page, I'm guessing I'm pronouncing that right, Straubsey. It exited out of all the old comments, so I was trying to look at all the artists you put in before.
Oh, I pulled up a bunch of them over here already.
Hang on, I can fix that. It's gonna be kind of bulky, but I'm gonna do it anyways. This is everything that you just saw in tab.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
nice.
that was quick.
Sweet.
All right, so I'm going
So
to.
Saucy's comment is so KTZ and then Miramber, and then I try to get a YouTube channel for you guys, but evidently y'all don't have one up yet.
We do. It streams to YouTube. It's called Trade Skills Podcast. It's not a podcast, but Trade Skills was taken up. So
I'll look it up.
I didn't know that was our name on there.
it is.
Shit.
I mean, people don't really tune in there too much. It's just it's redundancy.
Well, I got a friend of mine that he posts something on YouTube every once in a while, like repair
Trade
videos.
Skills Podcast. You don't have a profile picture yet? Oh yeah, this is y'all. This says back with Jake in Nashville. Yeah, this is you. I got you. I just
Sweet.
subbed to it.
I did not know we had a YouTube. I had no idea.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I kind of knew, but I didn't know what the name of it was.
Jake don't know shit.
Yeah, I really don't. I mean, I am honestly.
I'm literally
just
doing
kinda-
all of this, so it's
Well, Brandon's kind of the tech guy.
which
when
is
it
why
comes
the
to
show
this.
sucks because I'm the tech guy.
I mean,
It's all just me and my free time and my 2 jobs and being fucking on the radio station. I'm DJ 3 shows a week on the radio and 2 jobs, and then doing this show, and then doing Stella Fortuna's show where she does tarot card readings.
I feel like I do contribute somehow, but I'm not sure how. Do I contribute,
I'm gonna
Brendan?
actually drop Stella a follow as well because she dropped me one. Stella, she's not lurking anymore, but I'm gonna follow her.
Yeah,
She must
her
have been
her show
following
is
it.
pretty fun.
She's pretty like scary, freaky, accurate with her readings.
Her show is fun because it like has like.
So some of the
we just kind of talk at people, but her show actually has something to offer.
So some of the last shows I did developing film. So we showed in an episode how to develop like 35 and medium format film, like all the chemicals you need. We did a paranormal investigator. We did the tarot card reading. And then travel talk. Some cool episodes. I enjoyed it.
You're the nurse that drinks. That's all you need to contribute.
You said Jake is all he contributes is drinking?
I'm not sure. Do I contribute in some way? I'm not. I mean, I feel like I bring about probably 70% of the weird.
Strawby said, like 90% of the weird. He brings the weird, I bring the beard. Jake it says, Jake, you nurse that drink. That's all you need to contribute.
Shit, I don't know.
Jake nursing that beard. That's how we stay functioning as a show.
I mean,
If you don't nurse the beard, who will?
it's true.
Exactly.
But honestly, if you watched the show earlier, Jake killed most of those dankers really quick. Like,
I drink beer quickly if I like it. I don't like sours nearly as much as Brandon does, and the last one was a sour.
I can see it in his eyes. He looks like he's had his fair share.
What?
he said, you seem like you've had your fair share.
Of beer.
Yeah, so Jake tore up that 15%.
That shit was good.
That Belgian, Jake tore that up pretty quick.
No, the best one was the Hoppin' Frog.
It was a frog with standing on something.
Repeat. Yeah,
So I turned off
15.6 brown ale.
So on this camera, I
was
turned
great.
off the autofocus because it was just way too active. It's it's a Sony 6400, but you can't really see it. But there's a frog there, and he's just holding a beer, as he should.
Frogs drink beer. They do. And in fact, that's how man learned to make beer, is from frogs originally. You know what I'm talking about, Brandon.
Yeah,
You were there.
yeah. I think Jake's we're
It's late. I have to work in the morning.
Jake has to work, and then I have to drive 7 hours back to Albany. So we're getting ready to call it a night. Santa Slays.
I love you, boys. It's great to meet you.
It's
Yeah,
been a lot of fun.
it's been
It's
awesome.
been a lot of fun.
I think it would be awesome either on a trip up or a trip down that I meet you guys in Atlanta, and we drink some dankers at a brewery or something.
Yeah, dude, hit me up. Let's go to Porter.
The Porter
You
would
guys,
be great.
I don't leave Nashville often, but if somebody lets me know a few days in advance, I will come down to go to the Porter.
The Porter is that good.
That's my favorite restaurant in the world, and I haven't been there in almost a year. I used to go all the time when I lived in Atlanta. I miss that place.
It's only like 15 minutes from me, so.
Damn.
15
Yeah.
minutes. Holy shit. You're
Nice.
lucky.
Nice. That's a good spot.
Shawpsy said, "Good night, you cuties."
Thank you.
You got to do the Japanese, right?
The little Japanese heart. Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting ready to end the phone call. We're gonna end the stream. It's been awesome.
Yeah, those are Korean hearts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Japanese too, right?
Yeah, so I was in
Maybe,
Japan
I don't
for a little
know.
while, and all the girls in the subway they would do the heart like that, and it was
Not at you,
That's,
but
No,
That's
they
that's
did
the
it me.
K-pop
Pretty sure.
part. Look,
Or maybe they.
hang on,
I don't
hang
know.
hang on.
That was the first time I'd ever seen it though. Was in Japan.
We're seeing all these little hearts.
Oh yeah, shit. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. No.
It looks awful with like my
It's-
fucking sausage
well,
fingers.
it's because I mean it's because you have the hands of an ogre,
I do.
but
I'm an ogre.
but
All right, boys. Love you guys.
Yeah, man, it's been a,
Yeah,
it's been
it
a
was
great
awesome.
episode.
It was sweet.
Brandon, seriously, don't hesitate to hit me up. Jake, you have a great night, dude. Hopefully we see you at the border
too.
whenever Brandon's traveling through.
I'm sure we'll all hear from each other eventually. I mean,
You guys, keep in touch, man, for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Right on.
Santa
Sure thing, man.
Sleigh, Strawbseas. It's been awesome. You guys have been a great crew. Gave us a lot of tips.
Yeah.
Great conversation. Y'all have a good night.
take it easy, guys.
Strawbseas, keep it red. That's what's up. Redheads rule the world. Y'all have a good night. Santas and redheads rule the world.
Grandpa hats.
Yeah.
No.
Love
just
you
kidding.
guys.
All right, have a good night.
Take care, guys.
All right, bye.
Peace.